Welcome to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Things.
We're back, man. Episode 247. All right, let's get right into it. Hold on, man. You didn't introduce yourself.
Oh, my
God
bad.
damn it, DJ.
DJ
How y'all
Sleep
doing? This
over
is
there.
DJ here.
My God. You know what?
It's been a couple weeks.
I kind of blame myself, too, because I never gave him an opportunity to say his name.
There was a dead spot in there.
It was?
Yeah, it was a little.
Oh, well, stop fucking up then, DJ. Get on the ball, man.
It's on me.
We got DJ in the building. All right, let's get right into it. This is the cautionary tale here, but Christmas parties. Right now is December, and there are a lot of Christmas parties going on. There will also be New Year's parties going on, and there'll be work-related parties. I just want to let you guys know ahead of time, before you think that your coworkers are your friends, at least 75% of them are not your fucking friends. They either want to snitch on you, get you fired, or fuck you. One or the other.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, man, co-workers are fucking, especially where there's men and women working in the same place. It's some sexual juices being exchanged at some point.
Yeah, the proximity is real.
Yeah, proximity, yeah. It's like the stock market.
That ugly girl started looking good.
Yeah, oh my God, that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a girl, you'd be like, dang, she good. And then when you see her outside of work, you'd be like, man, I'm tripping.
Yeah, it's because work sometimes can be a small place, and really, no matter what you are, you only look at who's the best looking person in that space. So in that space, she's a 10. In other spaces,
Yeah.
she might be a 7
And
or 6.
Yeah, you like a Big Lots 10. Like you're not even a Walmart 10.
Yeah.
I need that. If you a Target 10, that's different.
Target
Yeah.
10, you could look good in any space.
Man, I done seen some motherfuckers at Target.
Mm-hmm.
I will speak on this as a single man because I'm not gonna get these two involved in that. You know, they're both spoken for.
Yeah, I don't even go to Target.
But
go ahead.
with that being said, there's some fat asses
I
in
do
Target.
go to Target. I go with my girlfriend.
Oh,
I'm a Walmart guy myself.
I'm a Walmart guy, but when you're in a relationship, you just kind of take on the
there you go.
characteristics of
But I don't be seeing none of what Eddie is talking about at Target. Right, Keith?
So I just excluded you from the
Yeah.
conversation, DJ.
Yeah, he kicked us out of there.
I made it very clear that these two men are spoken for, but it's some fat asses in Target.
Yeah.
And I've seen them. Yeah. And I can smell that popcorn, that fresh popcorn that they make in there. So Target.
But back in 2017, I'm just playing.
Yeah, back in the 99 and the 2000s.
The 2000s.
fat asses in
some fat
there.
asses. But not right
working
now.
with some
They no fat
asses.
Listen.
Yeah, they was twerking on aisle 7 like a motherfucker back
Wow. Soft lines. That's what they call the parts with the carpet in Target. Everything with carpet is soft lines. Everything with the tile is hard lines. I used to work the hard lines.
That's funny. I
I
didn't know
used to
that.
go get the baskets and stuff.
then. You're working with some ass here. Got cash here. Well, I'm going to stash here. Man. Yeah, man. But I got off the topic with the fucking Christmas parties. When you go there, this is a cautionary tale.
Describe these parts. I haven't ever been to know. I've only had a few jobs in my life, but describe like what a work party is. Is it at somebody's house? Is it at the facility? Or
A work party could be in two different places. I think it's even more dangerous when it's at someone's house versus an establishment, right? So if they have a work Christmas party and they rent out a hall or something like that, those are bad because at those parties, that's when they be having management there and employees, right? So what's going on is you got too many different people mixing in there, and a lot of people don't already like each other, but they're going to these establishments. And then when you're out in the real world, the same people that want to try to write you up or snitch on you, they're like, hey, Kimberly, how's it going? Hey, have a drink, have a shot, let's have some fun, let's do this. And it be motherfuckers probably doing drugs and coke and shit and smoking blunts, and then you come in and work on Monday and you got to do a drug test.
yeah, they be losing their religion in there.
Yeah, like a lot of times people that have these work parties, they just want to see how wild you can get. That's all they doing, you know. And with me, people used to always, when I used to work, this is before I was trucking, I used to work at a call center. Motherfuckers used to always invite me like, hey, yo, we having a party after we get off of work. And I'd be like, oh, okay, that's cool. I never went to none of that shit. I never hung out with none of my coworkers. None of them. Every blue moon, probably like in the 6 years that I worked like that job, maybe 2 times. And it was always something real light, nothing serious. But, huh?
Well, I was gonna say I think there's a difference between one of your like coworkers putting it together versus like the company putting it together. Like where the higher ups will be there no matter where. Because I work at a school and I've only been to like 2 of the Christmas parties, and one was at a house.
Yeah.
And one was at a restaurant. And the administration is at both of them, but like you say, the people are there sometimes to get you to wild out or to just be themselves. Like you start to because like I said, I work at a school, so you seeing teachers,
right,
vice principals, whatever the case, and you looking like, oh my gosh, even like the language is different, obviously. Like you forget that these people are regular adults. So when you see them drinking, or you see them. Or like I had a situation, this was like years ago. This might have been like 2017 or 18.
Yeah, you got to put that timestamp on
one
there.
of the, for sure.
Yeah,
where one of these ladies.
What's up, Janelle? What's happening? What's up, Janelle?
Well, I met my girl during the pandemic, so I wasn't at school. It wasn't no school when we met. But I had like a lady, like one of the ladies ask my age. And then I say at that time I might have said like 20, like 24, 25, whatever. And she did she gave the other one, like she didn't think I seen it, but she gave the other one a look like, ooh, like basically like fresh fish on the line type stuff. But I like ignored it. But you get to really see like you say, who the potentially like little freaky ones are, or who the wild ones are, who cuss a lot, who's an alcoholic, who might be on drugs, like you said.
Yeah.
Everybody just wild out. And then that's also the time where you get to see who everyone's significant other is.
I noticed that a lot of older women, I would categorize older women are like, late 40s, early 50s, mid 40s in some cases. A lot of those women are very predatory. And the reason why I say that is because they'll be like, how old are you? Like, I'm 22. They'll be like, oh my God, you're old enough to be my son. Wow.
That's a subtext.
They don't give a fuck.
Enough to get these draws.
Yeah, that's all it means.
Cougars are predators. The animal that they identify as is a predator. So that makes sense for you to say that.
Yeah, it's wild, bro. It's like they don't mean that. Like, oh my God, you're old enough to be my son. And it's like now you're baiting me to be like, no, I mean that's not a problem with me.
Yeah.
But truth be told, I don't even like you like that. So you shooting your shot at the wrong nigga. I'm just here to make my check and go home.
Exactly.
Also, this one is funny because a lot of the ladies out there, you think you slick, but at these Christmas parties, if you take your boyfriend or your husband there with you, we get to see exactly who your work husband is. The nigga that's been like trying to like low key get your draws, and you think that we don't see it. We'd be like, and then when we shake his hand, it's always like moist. It's real soft hands.
Why his hands clammy?
I don't know. This nigga got a bunch of egg salad in his hand or something. And they'd be like, hey, what's going on, Brad? He'd be like, hey, what's going on, man? Hey, dude, your wife is hilarious, man. I swear. And he'd be like, nigga, she not even that funny.
You just My wife ain't never made me laugh.
She ain't never made me laugh. She try to be a comedian. I threw fruit at her, man.
The funny thing is, you just be like, oh, man, I know she's crazy, right? And then you get home. And then y'all getting undressed from the party, and you like, so you funny at work. Right? So I guess you just a comedian now, huh?
Yeah.
So you don't need a job because you going on tour, huh?
Oh,
yeah,
man.
for sure. I'd be like, I don't believe that because there's only 2 funny women in the world, and my wife ain't one of them.
All you got to do to find your wife's work. First of all, this is a joke. I'm not implying that most women have work husbands, but there's a lot of women that do because I've seen it. And that work husband shit is real, man. It'll go from work husband to fucking real quick.
Exactly.
Too.
Don't play like that.
Don't play like that.
Wild. I honestly didn't know this was a thing.
It's a real thing.
Recently, yeah.
It's a real thing. And there's some stories. It'll get to the point where the work husband get too comfortable and think he the boyfriend now. Not knowing that she got a fucking whole husband at the house.
If you got a work husband, you don't like your real husband, and just say that.
Yeah, right. 100%. Them motherfuckers taking every lunch break together and shit. You like, yo, man, they making it obvious at this point. They definitely fucking.
Yeah. Because I done had a work wife and everybody caught us.
Seems crazy.
Sorry, 2017 again. 18, 19.
Yeah, you got to put this.
Anything before 20. This is when it was.
Like
it wasn't that. It
2:45.
might have been about 2019.
But you got to be, if you at a school, you got to be careful around them kids. They be like, Mr. Johnson was in the library with Mrs. Dominguez by herself.
Hey, why is we treacherous?
Why is there always a Mrs. Dominguez at every school? That's a hella teacher name.
Oh man.
Mr. Johnson was giving Miss Dominguez his Johnson.
Exactly.
Little kids don't know what Johnson mean, nigga.
Kids be knowing everything.
That's funny.
Oh man, I think I seen Miss Dominguez twerking on TikTok in the room. That she was by herself, and it might be OnlyFans because my mom does the same thing.
But she gave Mr. Johnson video cred. I don't know.
She tagged you.
We already talked about that teacher. Those two teachers that got fired for shooting OnlyFans content at the elementary school.
Yeah.
Like they literally went inside the classroom and was fucking, and they got in trouble.
That's called in the film world. It's called shooting on location.
Yeah, well, they definitely did that, and they got kicked the fuck out. You know, they skeeting on the kids. Fucking like, how these kids gonna learn? And they got the juices all over the fucking place, man.
Yeah.
This is nasty, man.
Wondering why the space bar is sticky on the Chromebook.
Click, 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 click.
That was crazy.
All my letters are stuck together. I can't hit the space bar. Mrs. Pringle, I can't hit the space bar. It doesn't work.
Home row sticky as hell.
The mouse just keeps sticking to the table for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Yo, little kids don't got no mercy. They don't realize how fucked up they be sometimes. Because it'll be a dude with his face like burnt up. You know how people with the burnt skin, they got like the face, and then their lips kind of like burnt too. They'll just like, what happened to your face, sir? What happened to you?
I know.
Yeah.
Did you get hurt like that?
Yeah.
And the dude will be like, I was in a forest fire.
Wasn't listening to Smokey Bear. And,
And what's funny is the parent be trying to stop the kid like, no, Melissa, stop. He's like, no, it's perfectly fine. I burned my face in a forest fire.
not me. I'd be like, that's spine, baby.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That's funny. I remember my niece hurt my feelings one time. I was like, I don't know why. We was just having a good time. I was smiling. And she was like, why your teeth yellow? I was like, dang.
You tried to keep smiling, but
You'd be like, honestly, I don't fucking know. I got to get it cleaning.
Like, dang, I brushed my teeth.
Oh, man. That'll be bad. Mommy, why does daddy's breath smell like poopy? Mommy, daddy's breath smells like poopy diaper. They'd be like, damn.
that make mommy self-conscious.
Because she kissing her. Yeah.
No, because he was licking on her. That
No.
mean I need to wash mine.
Yeah. Little kids, they don't give a fuck. They be like, my daddy has the biggest stomach in the whole wide world. Like, your dad Santa Claus? What the fuck is going on there? We keep jumping off the topic. I got to share a story about these Christmas parties, man. There's somebody that I know of, and back in the day, I used to work at Sears, like in like 2006 to like 2008, I believe. And it was probably like 2006 at the time. And we had a Christmas party at Sears, but there was somebody that worked at Sears that used to work with this dude that worked at Target. And back in the day, it was the Sears at the mall, and across the street, it was a Target, right? So he came to our Christmas party. We was chilling and shit. And I ended up leaving, not really early, but I left when it got a little late. And then I heard about what happened, and the dude got so drunk that he didn't go to the actual bathroom. He went in somebody's closet and shit over all the shoes. He shitted and pissed on all the clothes, all the shoes, and then after that, like everybody in the department, nobody looked at him the same, to the point where the dude had to quit his job. And like people would just be whispering when he walked by. Like he was known as the shit goblin after that. as the fucking the shit bandit after that. And the thing about it is the dude was like, he was like a ladies' man. Like all the girls at the job liked him and shit. But after he shit all over himself, them girls was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, definitely. He did it.
That'll
right.
do it.
You seen that one? That'll do it. You do not have to worry about me. You don't have to worry about me. Yeah, man. So just be careful. Don't get out of character. Don't get too intoxicated. Like you shouldn't be publicly intoxicated anyways, because you're going to be at the mercy of all these strangers, and they're going to be videotaping you doing wild shit.
I think the thing that I notice is like I try to be the same in every setting. Mm-hmm. So what I see from those type of people is like, and to be a teacher, obviously you're around kids, so you're not gonna be cussing and drinking alcohol and stuff like that. But right. I don't know. It's a certain. I feel like some of them. Have you ever seen like somebody walk into a party with like energy? Yeah. Like they almost like, yo, I ain't gotta work tonight. I'm good. Like
I'm about to get drunk as fuck.
Yeah,
yo,
like,
Dan's here. What's up, Dan?
Yeah, like
party starting now.
Those are like that's like the code switching that goes on. Because at work they just be chilling. They be stocking the shelves, or if they a teacher, they teaching their kids and doing the basics, and then they get to the party and it's just like, this is where I can lose all my morals.
Right. Yeah. I hate the people that are overly familiar too. It'll be like maybe a manager you never talked to like ever, and you like might be like, what's up, man? And you keep walking, but at the party it's like, what's up, my dog? What's up, bro? Yeah. Bring it in here, dog. Bring it in here. And it's like, if you don't get the fuck away from me, Bill, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? We're not even cool like that. Or this is the one that kills me. Oh my God, it kills me all the time. This is not an implication on every white person, but if there's a white person you work with and y'all just like on a high and by basis, you don't know them like that. And then when you go to a party, they're like, what's up, my dog? What's up, my dog? Bring it in here, my guy. What's up? What's up, my bro? My brother? And then they get this black accent out of nowhere. It's like, dude, if you
That's because they went on Google and was like, I already know Eddie's going to be there, so let me get let me figure out some of my black vernacular.
Black vernacular.
I was laughing the comedian Whitney Cummings. She was talking about like when she was dating this black guy, right? Mm-hmm. And he was an NFL, like a professional athlete. So not only was he had a lot of money, he was a professional athlete, but he was black. Mm-hmm. And she had some of her friends she's known for a long time, introduced them to him. And she said that for some reason, he said they just kept bopping. Like she said they wouldn't rest their shoulders. And instead of saying like that albums were being released, now all of a sudden albums were dropping. And yeah, she said they just was switching up.
Instead of saying release, they dropped.
Yeah, and she was getting fucking offended. She's like, what the fuck? She was telling her boyfriend, she's like, you don't see this shit? He's like, no, I just thought they're cool with me. I don't see a problem. She's like, I know these people. They don't act like this. It's because you're black. And he was like, I mean, they cool. It's all good. Like, he didn't care.
Yeah.
And in fairness to people like that at your job, though.
Yeah.
On the flip side, you do it to them every day. You be at work code switching. Like, hey, Bob, how you doing?
Hello.
We kind of do. We kind of do
like,
code switch.
You don't talk like that. So, like, for them to get to the party and everybody's confused. Nobody's being themselves.
Kind of. Yeah, there's some legit. But my thing is I'm not into the racial archetype thing, though. Like, I'm not going to be talking to Bob right here and be like, yeah, definitely, man. Hey, you have a good day. And then I see Jose, I'm like, ¿Qué pasó? What's up, my friend?
Yeah, not to that extent.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's deep.
I think, like, I try to be the same in all settings. Mm-hmm. I don't call non-black people nigga. So, like, that's just kind of like, that's just like.
We don't use it that much anyways.
Yeah. When you get around your guys, you might let it fly. But, like, for the most part, I don't be saying it. But, I don't know, it's just.
Well, they didn't earn that, Keith.
Yeah.
That's why you don't call them that.
Yeah. There's a lot of history behind that word.
Yeah, I don't do that to nobody. That's like me seeing a group of white guys like, what's up, bro? Like, what's going on tonight, man? Mm-hmm. I know some black dudes that literally, and sometimes it's not fake. Sometimes it's culture. Because I know some white guys that kind of have a black scent, but it's not fake. Mm-hmm. Like, they literally grew up with so many black people that's just how they talk.
Yeah.
I have a problem when people's like, yeah, for real. No, I'm saying, bro, like when we at work and we're trying to do our thing, you know what I'm saying, dog? Like, that's for real, man. And I love DMX. I love Tupac. You be like, what the fuck does this got to do with me? Mm-hmm. I hate it when people hit you right over the head with some like racial awkwardness, like immediately. Yeah. Like they'll see you like, what's up, dog? So you listen to Tupac or what? You're like, oh my God.
I'm like, shut up. You spell Snoop Dogg with one G.
Like, fuck Greg.
You don't know for real.
Like, Greg, we just fucking met, man. Like, what?
Save the racism for later.
No, that's not racism. I don't think when white people do that they're even being racist. I don't think they are. Some probably are racist, but other ones are not. They're just what do you call it? Racially oblivious. Yeah, they don't really see a lot of black people. I think that's the problem with a lot of. You have to understand, Keith. We're only 13% of the whole fucking country.
Yeah.
So since we're only 13%, there are places where there are literally no black people, and there are certain places where it's all black people and hardly no white people. Yeah. So I know some dudes that came here to play football, and it was like white girls everywhere and Mexican people, and they didn't know what was going on. They had hardly seen white people. They was like, yo, y'all got a lot of white people here, and it's like, well, she's actually Mexican, bro. Like they think everybody is white. Like she's actually Native American.
I'm a person who, it don't even got to be a race thing. I don't like when you switch up just because you're talking to me, period. So like, if you if you're a person who is, let's say you're not into sports, but I like sports or play basketball, whatever the case, bro, because you're talking to me, we don't gotta talk. You don't have to act like you understand sports.
Yeah,
we can talk about other things, like or. I've seen like the person that get in certain rooms and they become like a thug because other thugs is in the room.
Oh my god!
You don't gotta become that. Or now we in a different room and dudes is in here talking about anime and all that, and all of a sudden you like an anime nerd.
Yeah.
And so like, bro, just be who you are. You don't have to try to relate to every.
Yeah.
You shouldn't fit into every single group. That means it's probably something fake about you.
100%. Yeah, you're trying to be liked by everybody. That's not.
Yeah, something ain't right.
It ain't gonna work. Yeah, but yeah, folks, just be aware of these Christmas parties. If you're around your family, they already know you might have something wrong with you, so you don't got to really hide anything there, right? But when you're out amongst your employees, don't do that, right? Right? And ladies, if you know your work husband's gonna be there, don't invite your boyfriend because we're gonna see it. Yeah, we're gonna see it. Even if it's just your girl, bro, it don't got to be your wife. We know what type of niggas y'all like. He was like, oh, that dude over there, he's like 6'4", pretty handsome guy. Let's see if he walks over here. Oh, he knows my girlfriend. Oh,
niggas
okay.
be scouting the competition.
Yeah, we know what's going on. We know what's going on.
It's just like sports.
But I'm not a hater. I'll be like, oh, he's actually a pretty handsome guy.
I'm never admitting that. But.
I see what she sees in him. Let me go
I
home.
date him too. Yeah, he's a catch.
Let me go pack my bags. Might as well let this nigga move in. Fuck it. Oh man. Hey, you know what's funny too? And women be on point when they say this at least 90% of the time. You may think that women are jealous, right, when they say this, but if your wife or girlfriend tells you that fucking girl's checking you out, she likes you, and you'll be like, what? Like, I didn't even get that. Like, I don't see that at all.
I don't believe that.
No, hold on, bro. Hold on.
I believe listen to that. I believe that listen to that the same way women need to listen to us when we be like, hey, no, oh boy, no, trust me.
Yeah.
Don't think that because he talking to you about whatever that he not trying to get at you.
But the reason I say that is because women gonna say that frequently. So if you keep firing, eventually you're gonna be right.
Yeah, because some girls do
man.
think everybody want their man.
Yeah,
not always, man. But yes and no. But I think a lot of times they really be telling the truth because women can see attraction from another woman in you. They can see it.
Yeah.
The only reason I say that because I've been in situations where I'm like, bruh, I haven't said a word to this person the whole evening. If it could be a work party or something like that.
You don't
I'm like, I haven't said a word. We haven't even made eye contact. Like, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing?
It's women will see things that we see in the opposite sex. Like, women don't have to say anything. If a woman is standing from across the room and she's just looking at you, but then she looks up and she sees this girl like admiring you, looking at you, and then she turns away. And she's seen that girl do that shit 5 times. You don't see it, but your wife seen it or your girlfriend seen it, and she's like, hey, that girl over there, she fucking likes you. And this what makes it worse. She pointed at the girl that said, that girl keeps looking at you. And then the girl actually got a fat ass, and now you got to act like you don't see it.
Or she noticed like when the girl said hi to you, like she might have like brushed your shoulder or something with her hand, and you didn't even it didn't register to you. You thought it was just a regular hi, and she's like, why she stroked your whole shoulder down to your tricep when she said hi. Why did she need to touch you?
Yeah, that's true.
But that I don't know. I don't believe it because I know, especially being like social media, like active on social media and stuff like that. It could be It could be like somebody just put a crying face in your comments and she be like, I think that girl likes you. And I'm like, nigga, I'm funny.
I understand both sides because you're talking to somebody where my wife probably she don't speak on it as much, but like She has thought everybody she think everybody like me, and I'd be like, girl, some of these, like you say, nigga, I'm funny. But then there was a time where it might have been comments in there, and I'd be like, dang, you accurate with that.
That's it.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
What I'm saying. It's like, but I don't think it's a 90% clip.
Yeah,
I just think it's like,
I'd say it's like 70 then.
oh no, I got to do
65?
some real research. I'll come back next week.
43.
But
You gotta
hold up.
meet us somewhere.
But 43 is too low. Here's the thing. I think they're batting it a little higher because some of it is jealousy, but other is like it's kind of accurate.
Yeah.
Especially like the aftermath of it, because what'll happen is, let's say some don't work out with you and whatever girl you're dating, and the same girl that she said like you, all of a sudden the girl is being super active.
Yeah.
And then like you don't realize it until like you having sex with the girl. You're like, she was
It's
right.
not that latest.
You mid like 6 stroke, like, dang, my girl was right. I gotta call. When I get done, I gotta call and apologize. But wait, I owe her an apology.
Yeah,
You good? Why you didn't tell me sooner? You had me at the house arguing.
Oh, she was right, yo. She was right. She was right, man.
I owe her an apology.
A woman's intuition has never lied.
Oh, I gotta call her back and tell her I'm sorry. She was right.
You know what else is funny too? As
Why you
men,
didn't speak up? I done divorced my wife arguing about you.
oh, this dude is stupid. And then look. Some of it is just obliviousness with us. Like if we're decent dudes, if we're decent people, we might not know that women want to fuck us because we care about our wives or girlfriends. So we're not really looking at that. A girl could have her titties hanging out, and we like, hey, I don't think she like me, babe. She ain't even looking at me.
Yo.
Keith is dying. Jesus. I really believe that too, though. I just think that decent dudes.
You gonna call your ex and give her an apology?
Hey, look, I'm sorry, baby. She did like me. How'd you know? Well, I just left. I was thinking about you the whole time.
Oh, God.
I just left. That is
I was thinking about you
crazy.
the whole time.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
Man, she was right.
We owe her an apology. You good? How you doing?
Man.
That's hilarious.
What's hilarious about this is I'm sure this is relatable to somebody. Somebody, this is relatable.
That is crazy.
This is relatable. I feel like a woman's intuition is probably at least 60% accurate. At least 60%. Oh, man.
I think sometimes I think it just be too attractive people. You're like, I know my partner look good, and this person is attractive too. So
That's a good point. Yeah, that's why I mentioned earlier when I was cracking a joke about the work husband shit, and I was like, you kind of got an idea of what type of dude or that your girl or wife would probably be around, and you'd be like, yeah, this guy here, that's a good looking dude, and I know my girlfriend's a good looking person, so.
yeah, it's a couple dudes that I've seen that make me want to go get a haircut. I'm like, nigga, I can't be showing up to the house like that.
I can't be doing this no more.
This nigga got waves.
And see, the fucked up thing is I'm bald headed, so I've got no variety. All I got is just bald.
I ain't got no option.
So if this nigga got hair, I'm fucked. I'm just out of the game.
No, what you could do is always wear the hat, but get it wavy on the sides.
Oh, a wave cap hat. Ain't that a bitch?
I forgot. They got a name for that. They call it hat fishing.
The easy E.
Oh, hat fish?
Oh, yeah.
Hat fishing.
Could be a hat
I mean, hey, I wear some nice hats. Okay? Especially this hat right here. This is the new Trucker's Mind podcast merch.
Yeah, man.
We will be releasing it soon.
Yeah.
Can you hand me that white hat over there for the people to see it? I have a whole box full of them, but I didn't want to open it. You want to toss it here? Oh, perfect one. Boom. This is the new A Trucker's Mind podcast merch. This is really great embroidery. A very nice hat. A high quality hat. We don't sell bullshit here. It took us quite some time to get these, get this done, but yeah, we in effect, man. A Trucker's Mind podcast. We'll be releasing it soon. You go ahead and pass that to DJ.
Yeah, y'all can't have this one.
Them motherfuckers came out really good, man. It was worth the wait.
Yeah.
So when you wear these hats, you're not just wearing podcast merch. You're wearing actually nice snapbacks. Really nice, strong, nice embroidery too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and get it early. These might be, you know what I'm saying, worth some money later on down the line.
Definitely,
Where you can
man.
be like, man, I had the early stuff. I was on it early. So,
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Be ahead of the game.
Yeah, you see us on tour and you're wearing that old Truckers Mind podcast hat, I will take it from you and give you a brand new one on the spot.
Yeah.
How about that?
So what sweatshop made those hats?
They were brown people, probably Indian, more than likely.
Whoa.
Probably. Yeah, more likely. God bless them. Somebody's got to get a press key. Somebody. Shit. You know, you can't have business without oppression. That's just the American way, bro. We got to oppress somebody. Here's the thing, though. It's crazy how we live in a time where, you know, we obviously know that there's been oppression in this country and this and that. But then if we want to start a business, we have to oppress somebody. Yeah. We'd be like, man, this country is racist against black people. And then you got a bunch of brown people making your hats. Mm-hmm. It's just like,
that's how it be, man.
Ain't no air conditioning there or nothing. You just like, get my hats now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, switching gears. R. Kelly, he released a new album. It was taken down because it was not authorized. And let me give you some more on this. R. Kelly speaks from prison about surprise album. I didn't drop any music, end quote. R. Kelly isn't admitting a damn thing when it comes to I Admit It album that dropped Friday. Speaking from jail, he calls the recording a plot to screw him over in court. TMZ obtained this audio. Kelly's attorney, Jennifer Bonjean, says he recorded Friday shortly after they'd met. The disgraced singer immediately shuts down the notion he put out any music right now, much less something with lyrics, I admit it, because he's trying to appeal his latest federal conviction. Even more mysterious, Kelly seems to insinuate the album recordings aren't even his voice. He says, I hope that's you, nigga. That's you. He says,
we've seen this story before, R. Kelly.
Yeah, come on, R. Kelly. You was peeing on people too, man. We seen it.
It's your brother singing, right?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right, R. Kelly. All right. He says, I hope people recognize my voice and know that he wouldn't be recording in the middle of a legal battle. As we reported, it certainly looked and sounded like he released a 13-track album with the title track addressing many of the allegations levied against him. After just a few hours, though the project was pulled from Spotify and Apple Music as Kelly's label, Sony Music denied any involvement in the recording or distribution. Distributing it
Nigga,
to the streamers.
Beating your ass.
Yeah, that shit was like I was getting jumped into a game. It's like the Crips was beating my ass while I was trying to read that fucking word. All right. Well, look here, man. R. Kelly, that was you in that song. Okay. I mean, you just don't make it believable when you lie. Like his lies are so outrageous. Remember when what's her name? Gail? Was it Gail? What's her name? Gail King? Mm-hmm. She was talking to him. She's like, so how do you feel you've been treated? I'm fighting for my fucking life. I would never do that.
You gotta do it, DJ.
He's like, a hog tie. I don't know how to hog tie people. I don't.
Somebody sent something to my phone. Said I hog tied her. I don't know how to hog tie people.
I'm like,
why would I hog tie?
I'm like, this nigga.
Why would I hog tie?
I don't know how to hog tie people.
Why would I hog tie? I felt like he was falling out of a window. Why would I hog tie?
You know what? On that documentary with the women on it, like I genuinely feel for those girls because they were young, impressionable, and I feel like they were being brainwashed. But there was one woman on there that I didn't feel sorry for at all. Mm-hmm. And she was older, and she was the one that was braiding his hair. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I didn't see that.
Okay, she was braiding his hair. She was like in her 30s or something. And she said, like, I was braiding his hair, and he used to come to the projects for me to do it. And just one day, he just pulled his pants down and just pointed down. And you know, I'm like, you're just dumb. You didn't have to suck that man's penis.
Just because he pointed at it.
He just pointed at his dick and you sucked it. You stupid.
You could have just scratched it. Maybe it itched.
Yeah, that's crazy. You could have said, hey, R. Kelly, I do hair, not dick. Okay, get out of here.
Yeah,
but instead, you gave him head. He didn't force you to do that. Those young girls, I feel like they were, you know, impressionable and young, and he was brainwashing them and shit. But that girl that was like 30-something, I'm like, you was just sucking dick.
Yeah, your brain is developed.
Yeah, your brain is fully developed. You doing braids, right? Mm-hmm. You got to have some type of development to do braids.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She just wanted to get on the documentary.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Well, I do have this one story, but I don't know if y'all want to hear mine. So I used to braid his hair or whatever, like, and I admit I had sucked it a few times already, but this particular day he just took it out and pointed at it. He didn't ask first or nothing, and I'm like, "Don't pull your dick out here, my baby in there." Room.
So, what was the crime again?
I mean, like, it wasn't exactly a crime, but it felt like it.
It felt like it, because like usually I used to ask, "Can I suck it?" This time he told me to suck it, and I was like, "That's different."
And like normally he gave me like $200, but this time he gave me like $150, and I'm like, what like is the head like better or not good? Like I don't know what happened, and then like he just left, and he just left it all over my face, and he didn't even say thank you or like nothing. Yeah, and like I called the police, and they said like it's nothing we could do because like he didn't force it, he just pointed at it. And it's like, geez, man.
See, what had happened was like I had braided his hair, right, and I was like, dang, so you're not gonna like give me no tip? And then he like, I got a tip for you. Oh my God. And then like he pulled it out and then pointed at it. It was like, this the tip.
Oh my God. No, that nigga was like, I'm not fooling around with you.
Yo, the fact that he felt that, it's like you said, he just gotta be R. Kelly should be in jail. The crimes he committed are like, horrible crimes.
Absolutely.
But worse than the crimes are the lies.
Yeah,
like,
the lies.
But why would you say, that's not my voice?
That's crazy.
Like what? That's like the joke where Kevin Hart said he seen this girl in the trunk, and then he asked her about it, and she was like, I wasn't in no goddamn trunk. Like, I saw you see me. Kels, only you sound like you. Actually, there's a gospel artist, though, named Isaac Carey or whatever. Mm-hmm. A lot of his songs, his voice sounds like R. Kelly a lot. But
wow.
He's obviously singing about the Lord, not little girls. But, wow. But yeah, like we know it's you. Like I feel like R. Kelly will see a music video of one of these songs and be like, that ain't me in that video. I got a twin brother y'all don't know about. Like
the shit that's crazy is like Aaliyah literally had a song called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number.
Yeah.
That's sick, man.
And he was in the background.
Ain't nothing but a number. Hold it down, ain't nothing but a thing. And in the background, you just see R. Kelly standing on the wall like this.
Yeah, like he made her sing that.
Yeah, like, I want you to sing this song right here, but I need you to read this because I can't read very well.
Yeah.
How the fuck did he write songs and he couldn't write?
You just go in the booth and sing.
You know,
none of the songs are spelled right.
This nigga has dyslexia and shit. He's writing words backwards and shit.
Yeah. As long as it sound good on the microphone.
He wrote a 5 instead of an S.
No, he didn't.
That nigga used crayons to write his lyrics.
That nigga signed his autograph like this.
What? Oh, he was eating glue and everything. I knew this kid when I was way back when I was in Delano when I was a little kid, and this kid used to eat paste. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like instead of glue, people use paste. How paste was a little gritty. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He would just be like, ew. Eating paste.
I don't get it.
I'm like, this kid, I don't know where. I'm pretty sure this kid is dead by now.
Ah, that's crazy.
You eating paste, man? What the fuck is your problem? Mm-hmm. Poor kid.
Kids be doing weird stuff, eating their boogers and stuff.
Oh man, there's a lot of booger eaters when I was a kid.
I don't know I don't get it though. Like, what makes you just want to eat your booger?
I mean, shit, probably was hungry. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these kids, man.
They don't want nothing else green, broccoli, asparagus, nothing, but they want a booger.
Yo, little kids would do shit that's like wild, and they don't even know it. Like they will put their hand in their butt in their pants and just start walking. Like they just, like it's normal to stretch your ass like that. I know you've seen that shit before, man. It's like, yo, can somebody tell this kid to get his hand out his butt? What the fuck, man? Mama, I'm hungry, Mom. I'm hungry. It's like, bro, get your hand out of your butt. Mm-hmm. The fuck are you doing,
kids
man?
Kids hate to be called out, too. Like,
they do.
You would see that same kid, and he have his hand deep in his booty crack. And he'd be like, hey, get your hand out of your pants. He'd be like, no, leave me alone. Stop. What's wrong? Well, I just told you.
Hey, yo, if kids talk shit, I've said some shit to kids before to break their spirit. Because you got to give them real world like reactions. No,
you gotta
that's why you don't work at a school.
No, Yeah, it was some little kid that was in the street and he wouldn't get out the street. And I was like, I blew my horn. I just popped my horn. And he was just like standing there like laughing, his friends and stuff. And then when he finally went by, I was like, man, get your fat ass out the street. And he was like, and then all his friends laughed. And I was like, they need to laugh. Motherfucker, get out of the street.
Yo, that kid.
Like, don't talk to kids like
Might
that.
ruin his life.
Yeah. A little kid could be like, neener, neener, neener. Get. That's why you fat.
Nah. I remember like kids be interesting because some of them be a little bit older than they supposed to. I told a joke about this on stage before, but I seen this kid across the street and his basketball was flat. So you know me being an OG in the neighborhood, I'm like, hey, I got a pump for you, and then he come over and I air up his ball, and I'm like, all right, here you go, little man. He like, all right, thank you, man. It's like, don't let these hoes keep you down, and then he just walked off.
What?
I was like, this nigga should be a therapist.
That nigga was 30.
Because at that time, it had been hoes keeping you down.
I don't know what he's seeing on my face.
Who was it
what.
fucking Emmanuel Lewis he talked to?
He said, you pump my ball up, now let me pump you up. Thank you.
Oh, man, that was fucking Gary Coleman, man.
Hey, but kids can't deal with, kids do be coming at your neck and can't deal. Literally just it might have been Friday. I actually told this to my family too. I had a kid, he was going crazy. I work with like kids with behaviors. And so he was going crazy on me. And then he stepped on my shoe. Like he stepped on my shoe real hard. And then I like moved his leg off of my shoe because he just was standing on my foot. And he gonna tell me, get your ugly, dirty hands off of me. And I was like, well, keep your ugly, dirty shoes off of me.
Yeah.
He was like, don't call my shoes ugly and dirty. And he just started crying. I was like, man.
Like, man.
I was like, you started with me.
You can't be kissing these kids. These kids ain't the same. Kids were dickheads when I was a kid, but these motherfuckers are assholes.
Yeah.
You gotta really be like, and I'll whisper to them. They'll be like, fuck you, Mr. Eddie. Fuck you, Mr. Eddie. And I'll be like, that's why I fucked your mom.
Wow, Tupac.
Like, you didn't do anything with my mom. You don't know my mom. That's what little kids will do.
That's why I effed your mind, you fat mother. Tag money.
Oh man, yeah. I'm not a firm believer in like you got to be an adult. You got to respect kids, but some kids are so fucking out of line. You gotta play dirty with them sometime.
You wouldn't last in a school, man.
I would.
No, and it's
The
that type of
rules
logic.
are different. The rules
That
are
type of
different.
logic, you know, some kids you gotta play dirty on. That's exactly how R. Kelly was.
I don't like bullies at all.
Gotta play dirty with these little girls.
Hey, you know what I'll do to bullies? I would permanently stop bullying every school. Because what I would do is if a bully is like beating up on kids, I'd be like, man, why you beating up on David? Go pick on Gabriel. Gabriel said he got hands. And then Gabriel beat him up. I'd be like, see, I told your ass stop messing with that kid over there.
Gabriel probably boxed too.
Gabriel probably a boxer. I go, hey, Gabriel, man, look, I'll give you $50 if you beat his ass. I would be incentivizing kids to beat up bullies if I was in school. I would get in trouble like a motherfucker. Yeah, man. Yo, before we move on, I got to say this real quick. Back when I was in school, I was in the 6th grade. Well, first of all, it started in the 3rd grade. In the 3rd grade, it was this big old kid named Armando when I lived in Delano. Big old. He was fucking massive. Like when we was in the 3rd grade, this kid had to be like 5'7", 5'8" already. He was fucking huge. Okay. He was like the bully. He would like do shit like, you know those bouncy balls, the red ones that like, ping, ping. Yeah. He would take those and just hit people in the head with them. Kid be minding his business, eating graham crackers. He just hit him in the fucking head. Or he played tetherball, very aggressive, where he just hitting kids in the head with the tetherball and shit, right? I just stayed out the way. I didn't even want to fuck with Armando, right? So, flash forward. I moved from Delano to Bakersfield in 93. Now, in 93, 94, right in there, I go through 4th grade, 5th grade, and then in 6th grade, I go to Walter Stern. Stern is way the fuck out there, like kind of by Foothill, right? So I go to Stern, and I see this nigga over there in the 6th grade.
He moved to Bakersfield,
He
too?
moved to Bakersfield. I'm like, oh, fuck, that's Armando. And Armando was probably 6'2". And in the 6th grade, I was pretty big too. I was like 5'9" in 6th grade.
Yeah.
And I was like, this motherfucker's huge. And I stayed out the way. We never had no beef, but I watched him annihilate people, man. He used to just be fucking people up. He was like, ha, what's up?
The
and
big show.
slap somebody in the head. And I'm just like, this dude, he was bigger than all the teachers and shit. And I'm like, I don't know where Armando is now, but if he grew to his potential, he might be in jail. I don't know what he's doing now,
His
but
potential was jail.
yeah, he definitely was. With the way he was living, he definitely went to jail.
Eddie gonna get a call. Hey Eddie, I just want to let you know I was listening to the podcast. It's Armando. I've been listening now for 247 episodes. I just want to let you know you inspired me. I appreciate the shout out. I'm down here in Alcatraz.
Alcatraz. that shit ain't even open no more. That's how you know he.
At Alcatraz.
That's how you know he bad. He in Alcatraz. God damn.
My bad. Sorry for whoever listens. I don't know why Armando had that accent.
Yo, that's wild.
From Wasco, ain't?
No, Delano.
Delano, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
got that
Dude is somewhere big as a
It
motherfucker.
sound like Arla Bow caller. Hello, this is Armando. I want to just.
I want to give a shout out to Eddie McGee.
I'd be like, yo. First of all, if I'm talking to him, I'd be like, hey, are you ever getting out? He'd be like, nah, I got life. I'd be like, all right, hey, man, you was always fat, bro. You was always.
Just hang up real fast. He's gonna hang up real fast.
Hey,
Hello?
man, fuck you, man. You just beating up all those kids for no reason, man.
Dang.
That was crazy times, man. 6th grade. Wild, man. All right, switching gears. Deion Sanders. Recently, Deion Sanders, the head coach of Jackson State, left Jackson State and went to Colorado to coach the Buffaloes. He's been getting a lot of flack from, mainly black people. What I've seen in the media, and some people feel like it was unfair that he left the team and whatnot. And I'll lead with saying this. When it comes to Deion, I feel like Deion, he gave a lot to that school. When he came in, they had improper facilities. I don't think they had an outdoor track at the time. I don't think there's a lot of shit they didn't have at that institution. And he also donated a lot of his own money to help them build these facilities. But I don't know if Jackson State did enough to keep Deion. And what I also don't know is why so many, and I gotta call my people out, why so many black people are putting their expectations on Deion Sanders. I don't like that. I don't think I have the right to tell somebody what they should have done or what they should have represented. I'm not in a place to do that. At the end of the day, the man still has a family and still has a lifestyle. You guys are paying him what, $290,000, and he went somewhere where he makes over $5 million a year. I mean, come on. Wouldn't you fucking leave too? Especially if you're not really being appreciated. And I listened to Dr. Umar call him like, he is a sellout for the white man. He went from a black college to a white institution, and the institutionalization of the black, it's like, shut the fuck up. It ain't that deep, buddy. Okay? I'm not putting my expectations on you, Dr. Umar. You're super pro-black, and that's fine. That's cool. But I don't think that gives you the right to literally call somebody a sellout or Uncle Tom. He's actually active in this new community over there. Have you seen it? Deion is going to restaurants. He's rating the restaurants, and he's interacting with the people. He's doing the same thing at the black college that he did with this school, which is predominantly white. But he's actually he's rubbing shoulders with people and meeting people, and they love him.
Yeah,
So it's like it's Deion, but it's like the same shit he did at the black college. He doing it at Colorado.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, shout out to Deion, bro. I'm glad he did what was best for him and his son. I think his son's going there too, at quarterback.
Yeah, his son.
And he's bringing Travis Hunter with him at corner, and he's getting some top recruits.
I think he's bringing a handful of dudes.
Yeah, I think he's bringing that good linebacker too.
Did you see the little speech?
Yeah, he said,
"I'm coming."
He's like, I just want to let y'all know I'm coming. Okay, y'all didn't win a lot of games last year. But, I'm going to just let you know right now, if you don't like what I'm bringing, because I'm coming with somebody, you could go ahead and hop in that portal.
The quarterback coming.
I'm just letting you know I'm coming. And then you see the face of the college student, is like,
yeah.
Well, you won one game last year.
Yeah, yeah. The program is not that great, so I think he definitely going to go in there and change some stuff. I think he has a very unique way of like just setting the tone.
Yeah.
And he did that off the rip. Like, so them kids know come whatever time they got to report to the program in the summertime, like that is business, you know.
Yeah.
And they can't wear no hats in the meetings. They
All kind of shit.
Yeah. So he definitely like
He raising them into like men.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think that I would say I see both sides. I see that in terms of the amount of eyes that he brought to Jackson State and just HBCUs. He changed the conversation to where even basketball players was thinking like, yo, it would be dope for me to go to a HBCU. And, you know, what he did there was great. I don't know what he promised that program, you know, because a lot of people are speaking for him. Like, he's promised these kids that he would sit there for 4 years. And I can't say that because I don't know if he literally said that.
But he said he would entertain going to another place if the occasion was right.
Yeah. So, I mean, if he said that, then people got to stop treating it like he promised Jackson State that he was going to be there forever. I think it would have been cool because he just, like, the energy that he brought to an HBCU and even the potential of changing that program to being, because I think they're in the, I think they're D1 AA. So I think they play in the football championship series, which is like it's a step down from like the USCs and, you know, all these other schools. You know, even the potential of entering into the D1A, you know, not necessarily playing in that championship series. So, you know, that just, I was just curious to see like what would have happened if he stayed there, you know, the type of kids year after, if he was there like 6-7 years, like the type of recruits that he would be able to pull down there, them playing bigger schools, them playing a Pac-12 school or something like that. Just seeing what that would be like. But I just think at the end of the day, like if he didn't say that I'm staying here for X amount of time.
Yeah.
And also there's speculation about, you know, there may be certain money missing or, you know, maybe some failed promises on the ends of the school and in the program and stuff like that. If that is the case, then I can completely understand, you know, because I was even Dr. Umar, he was saying I was trying to build my school and we had the money for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
My bad. But I had the money for a long time, but I tried to hire like black contractors and stuff like that. And it was, you know, failed promises, them taking the money, them not fulfilling on. So I eventually went to other people to get it done. So, you know, same thing. I could see that with Deion where if he like, yo, I want to build this program up, but behind closed doors, that's a lot going on that I can't really speak on because there may be legal issues or, you know, something like that. But in terms of him just moving, it's the name of the game, which is unfortunate because I know I was telling you guys earlier, like when I went to New Mexico State, I was there for like 2.5 years, and you know Braxton went to school there as well, and he had a new coach every year, you know. So it's just like that's just kind of part of some programs will only be like stepping stones. Like the coach that was coaching there, one of them. Is coaching at UNLV now, and you know those are bigger conferences, bigger schools, and stuff like that. So that's just kind of how it goes. But I think even that short amount of time that he was there, he brought so much energy, he brought so much attention, brought so much money to where you got Snoop Dogg at the games and Rick Ross and all these different people. So I think another thing that people fail to realize too is that wasn't his first option. And even Shannon Sharp was talking about, you know, and Janelle was talking about how like
Savannah State. I heard you guys talking about
that.
Like,
you know, it wasn't, you know, generally a HBCU is not people's first options. It's kind of like they plan Bs. And, you know, he was trying to get the job at Florida State, but they gave it to somebody else. So, and then he fell to Jackson State. So it's like, it sounds good, but I think one thing we got to stop doing as black people is just we got to stop telling people what to do with their lives.
Yeah, with their money more specifically.
Yeah, because they keep. Number one, he could have told them all those things, but he's also a human and is entitled to change his mind.
100%.
Or when circumstances change, he can change his mind. But there's also the money thing where people saying he did it for the money. And my response to that is so. Because ain't none of y'all in position where you're in a business where you know it pays this amount and you're great at that job. Let's say the coaches on my level make this amount and I'm making $250,000 a year.
Underpaid,
and y'all don't know the work that goes into this, the money it costs. I'm setting it up where we getting to travel on planes for lower prices. I'm making sure the kids all got suits.
Yeah.
I'm barely making this money and I'm giving up half of that salary to do all these things already. So to tell me that I'm wrong for going from $250,000 a year to go to a better job for $5 million a year, all of y'all saying that, number one, most of y'all have no money. Number two, most of y'all, if y'all was in that same position, let's remove the job. Let's remove it, not even a coach. Who would turn down a job for $5 million a year versus $250,000 a year? $250,000 is great, but most people not turning down, especially if it's the same job. You want me to do my same job and just move to a different state and do that same thing? That's number one. But number two, and more importantly to me, is we as Black people have to stop doing this. We have to stop speaking on how we don't get these opportunities. And then when we get the opportunity and somebody takes it and be the first, now somebody is a sellout.
That's not cool.
First of all, the word sellout, like what is Deion Sanders a sellout for taking the job? What about, because to me, a sellout means you have this type of character or these type of morals. And then when opportunity or money or whatever the case came about, you completely switched up who you were known to be. Deion Sanders would be a sellout if Deion Sanders went to Colorado and wasn't being Deion Sanders. If he got up there all of a sudden and was like, well, we're just going to bring the kid through the program and we're just going to hopefully we get some guys and, and like he's being himself still. So where did he sell? A sellout is like soldier's soul. He hasn't done that yet, or we haven't seen him do that. So stop saying sellout just because a Black man goes and gets a big opportunity with a white company or a white team or a white whatever. Those opportunities would be looking for, because now he can reach back and grab.
Go ahead. Go. Sorry about that.
He can reach back and grab people. He can bring in assistant coaches that, because a lot of times as an assistant, I've seen this in the NBA. A guy will get hired just because he was a great coach like Greg Popovich of the Spurs. You were Greg Popovich's assistant for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I'm about to give you an opportunity just because what I know of him as a head coach, so I know his staff is great. So when Deion go to Colorado and they start winning and he got all these Black assistant coaches coming with him, they might get opportunities at bigger schools now. And then maybe eventually an NFL job or whatever the case.
I think that all relationships, especially as a coach or, whatever you're offering to the school, they should be symbiotic. So if you're not getting back anything, if you're giving and they're like, well, Deion's rich, he's a grown man with a family still. And yes, he played the NFL, and yes, he's made a lot of money. But who are you to determine what he's supposed to do? Yeah. You pay him this money. Your institution is not fit for the team when he comes in. He changes that. He asks for donations. He gets around all these people. He makes some massive changes. They get a lot of respect. They got new gear on. Everywhere they go, they got brand new shit on everywhere because they're getting different deals with clothing and stuff. Or were they with Under Armour is who they were with?
I think so.
Yes, they getting all this different shit. These helmets, they got all these. They had the most outfit changes besides Oregon. It was Jackson State after Oregon.
And correct me if I'm wrong, those things don't change because he left, right?
We better hope they don't.
If they don't, the facility upgrades, all those things.
They're still there.
They're still there.
Yeah, I heard Inky Johnson say, leave this place better than when you found it.
And he did that.
Literally did that. So
that's true. Some people say, in terms of that, but some people say it's simpler. I know there's people that practice leaving restrooms cleaner.
And that was the example he gave was the bathroom on the airplane. When he walked in there, he was on his way to Tennessee or somewhere to visit. When he walked in there, the bathroom said, leave the restroom cleaner than when you found it. So that means, I didn't throw that whatever on the ground, but if I see it, I should pick it up and throw it away. And that's what Deion did. He came in there and completely upgraded that program. It wasn't up to Deion to go upgrade every HBCU across America.
Yeah, that's a whole attitude. This stuck out to me right now when you said that. Safety, Ed Reed, right? We all know who Ed Reed is, or if you're a football guy. it was the year that they had a very dominant defense. And there was these firefighters, I think they were firefighters or volunteer firefighters that were, helping clean the facility for some reason. And people would like cut their tape off their wrist or their ankle, and it would be like tape on the ground, this and that. And Ed Reed was getting pissed off because he was seeing grown men picking up after other grown men. Mm-hmm. And he said, if we want to go to the fucking Super Bowl, y'all need to pick y'all shit up. Yeah. Stop leaving your fucking cut off tape on the ground when you get your ankles taped. Put that shit in the trash. Yeah. Clean up after yourself. You want to win a Super Bowl, it's the tedious details that need to be done. Mm-hmm. Like, if you think about it, if you're a grown man or you want to be a leader in some way, how do you lead? From the front and by example. So if you got tape and shit all over the place and you allowing a grown man to pick up your trash, how the fuck is that a winning attitude? It's not. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Deion literally embedded that in the culture. You know what? I never heard this conversation out of all these different talking heads, right? Whether it's ESPN, whatever. Yes, he went to an institution that's predominantly white, right? Okay, fine, whatever. But let's say this. Are we skipping over the fact that this white institution looked at a black college that's basically off the fucking grid, right?
In Jackson, Mississippi. They looked at this college that's off the grid, and they paid attention to the work that Deion did to improve the facilities and the program and everything, and they took a coach from a black college. That says more about Colorado, because they could have said, oh, he was just at a black college. We don't really need to get Deion. We could find somebody else to give them a shot. The competition wasn't that great.
It wasn't that great over there. But instead of doing that, they looked at that college and gave him an opportunity. This says a lot about Colorado. I know they won only one game, but think about that. Like, that says a lot about Colorado to look at Deion's work and say, hey, this guy did a lot with a little.
He's the first ever to be pulled up from a HBCU to a PWI.
That's because he fucking earned it, not because he's Deion. He earned it.
Yeah, I think that the Deion Sanders is going to be Deion Sanders regardless of where he goes, and I think that what I was trying to get at earlier was like, you can only do so much in a given space, if that makes sense, right? So Trey Lance was number 3 overall pick. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, and he was in the football, he was in a Division I AA. Mm-hmm. Like, you have like there's a ceiling, I guess I would say. Mm-hmm. There's a ceiling that Deion Sanders is going to bump into because he's in D1 AA, and he's also at a HBCU. So it's not even like North Dakota State, which is like every year they got people going to the NFL. Right. He's at like a HBCU, and he's in the D1 AA. So it's like, I think that sometimes people want the opportunity to really like spread their wings, and he don't want to like, and some of that may have been like, yo, I don't want to like limit my potential of really like maximizing what I can do. I want to be the national champion. You know what I mean? I don't want to be the best football program in a collective of not very good, underfunded football programs. You know what I mean? So I think that there might be some of that. Like, it's like you don't want to play small ball. You want to be like, you want to be playing with the big boys. Like, we don't want to be like this podcast. It's just cool in Bakersfield. Like, we want everybody in the world to listen to 100%. What we have to say.
Yeah.
But also,
go ahead, man.
Also with that, let's say Deion. Let's say it's not even just about Deion for Deion. Maybe it is thinking about the kids, because going to Colorado doesn't change the kids he can go recruit. He can go to the exact same hoods and recruit the exact same kids because he has the power to do so. But now when he's recruiting them, he recruited them to a place where, like, look, man, I can really get you to go pro from here. Because no matter who is coaching, those kids will still, like you say, a D1 AA. So, like, NFL teams, I guess the politics of it, whatever the case, they are looking at it different because, like, man, you did show out. You did excel. You are a great player. But you also played – the level of competition you played was not the same. So we can't get it. Like, we didn't get to see you play against Alabama, where we know NFL players is coming from. So now Deion can go to them them same places where those kids is trying to go pro.
Mm-hmm.
Because as an athlete, your goal is to go pro. Deion is in the place now where he can really like, man, you really got a shot at going pro from here. And it won't be like a struggle. Yes, Jackson State was great, but like, I don't know. It was still, it's a bigger struggle going to the league from there than it is from Colorado.
There's just going to be questions. Like his son is a good quarterback, and some people think that he should have been in the Heisman conversation, but also it's like, I don't know, like
he not playing them, dude.
It's like these cornerbacks are not as good as they're going to be in the Pac-12, and there's always going to be that conversation there.
Yeah, so now he could go show that against them Pac-12 whatever schools.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of lost my train of thought. I was thinking this. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I think that this may have opened the floodgates for HBCUs to almost turn into JUCOs. A lot of Division I, like guys that either something they didn't either make grades or whatever the case. Bakersfield College, for example, there's been a lot of NFL players that have went through Bakersfield College. Yeah. But it was like the stop before they went and it used their last 2 years of eligibility. Imagine if you go to Oregon, right? You go to Oregon and you're a third string running back and you're not going to get any burn. And you say, you know what? I could either get out of here in the portal and go to a junior college, or I could go to Jackson State and start and look really good. And I could go to Jackson State and go for either 1 or 2 years, or I could try to go through the draft through there. And if that don't work out there, I still have the option to go to Alabama from Jackson State. So now you could turn these HBCUs into a hub of very talented athletes, not just black athletes. Yeah. If you look at Deion's roster, it was a lot of white guys on that team.
Yeah.
If you go look at that roster, it's a bunch of white dudes that transferred from Division I colleges and went to Jackson State. Yeah. This is what people don't catch. Deion just wants good players. If you look at Deion's assistant coaches, there was white guys on there too. So it's like he just wants, even at a black college, you would think that the whole staff is black. And that's not the case.
All the students at black colleges aren't even black.
No, exactly.
It'd be a lot of white kids that go to HBCUs.
Yeah, exactly. Right? I don't know if you remember this show on BET back in the day. It was called College Hill.
Yeah, I heard. I never watched it, but I remember it.
Yeah, it was some white dudes on there. But they was like, they white, but they like not really white.
Yeah.
They just like was
Creole,
with a different. It was like with a different black girl every episode.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, this Shanika right here. This is my girl.
Yeah.
This
you date your environment.
This is Tamisha right here. I just met her last night. There's like, I don't know what it is about Bradley, but he like just like, I don't know what it is. I don't even like white dudes.
He got a little swag to him.
Yeah. Black women need to stop capping, bro. They know they like white guys, bro.
Yeah.
Black women be liking white dudes, acting like they don't. Like, I just couldn't do it. I don't know what it is. And they'll turn right around and be like, I love John B. Or like that dude at store, like Chris Hemsworth. I don't know what it is. It's like, why don't you just admit that you find them attractive too?
He can lay his hammer on me any night.
Hey yo. Hey yo.
I know Greg don't be putting seasoning on this chicken, but like I would give it a shot. You be like, oh God. There we go.
The only thing I would say about the I wouldn't want that the bounce back thing makes sense in terms of like the kid going to Oregon and
right.
not like a guy. Imagine a guy like Cam Newton.
There
he
you
got
go.
kicked out of. He
went to a JUCO.
Yeah, he went to a JUCO. And then he went to Auburn.
Yep.
But
Cam would have brought a lot of swag to Jackson State.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Would have been stupid crazy.
You know who I would really get, and I don't know how good the kid is. But the kid that said nigga, the kid from
white
Florida,
kid, fuck yeah, I would
get him at like Jackson State or something. I don't know how good he is. He good enough to go to Florida.
Get him in Colorado.
His
son is there.
his son is. I don't know about that, but in Jackson State, I'm saying like a HBCU that might be,
yeah.
And then do a whole little cultural cultural lesson, stuff like that. Yeah,
yeah.
I think they overlooking Deion's work though.
Yeah, they are.
Even the social, but Deion Sanders is not. What was nobody was looking for Deion Sanders before he started coaching them. Before he started coaching Jackson State,
he was
like
coaching
that.
youth.
But he wasn't like Deion Sanders became a bigger name social media wise but that stuff is work. Deion Sanders makes sure he gets on camera and does these things. Deion Sanders, like you say, is walking around Colorado doing pop-ups, and he's not sitting in the house saying, man, I'm Deion Sanders, I was a great NFL player, they're gonna come to me.
Yeah,
anyway.
that
man is putting it, he's using social media as a
social
recruiting
media, like, yo, y'all, if you good, pull up.
It's a recruiting tool.
Yeah.
I'm not hard to find.
Yeah.
He's using it as a recruiting tool. So
Coach Brian.
he's doing what he's really shifting. He's shifting the way coaches are going to have to approach recruiting going forward, which is to use social media just like the rest of us have to do for whatever we want to pursue. He's just really the first to do it. So it's looking crazy. They're going to be real mad when other NFL players decide, like, look, man, can you imagine Ray Lewis as a coach?
Man.
His social media go crazy too, and people will go play for that energy as well.
For sure.
Like,
Yeah.
don't let, I don't know, I'm going to say Ocho Cinco, but he played too much.
Nah.
But
The thing with
Shit, it might work
Deion
for
is
him.
like, one, he a grinder. Like,
Yeah.
he at the game, like, okay, we won. Like, hurry up! I'm going to Colorado.
yeah,
You
and
know
at the
what I mean?
back, and then he at the basketball games. Bro, Deion is
Pulling up with his son and whatnot.
Yeah, and his son, or his sons, because I think one of them is still staying at Jackson.
Oh, I didn't know that. One
one of
plays safety and another one is a
Yeah,
quarterback.
one is a safety. I don't know if the safety's coming. I think his eligibility might be over.
I think he might have been a senior this year, but I'm not sure.
But basically, they're pretty self-disciplined. Because I remember he had a Colorado hat on. His son Shador, the quarterback, and then the older brother Shiloh was like, "Hey man, we still got a game left. You need to take that hat off." Mm-hmm. Because he had a Colorado hat. He said, "No, you got to take that off. We got another game left, man. You can't be in here doing that." And then it was another like a snippet for Deion. Deion was out there shooting hoops at the Colorado facility, and he shot like an air ball. And his son was like, "Hey man, don't do that. Don't do that no more. Here, do it again." Like I just feel like they got that
where you can check me if I'm out of place too.
Right. He's like,
Hold
"Hey,"
me accountable.
yeah, his son was like, "Hey, don't do that no more, man." And he gave him the ball.
Yeah.
That'd be my
It's
son.
interesting because those are the younger sons.
Exactly.
Like Deion
Yeah.
Sanders, his son went to Houston, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was as good as his younger brothers, but it's you see like they really it's not anything, nothing was given to them. Like they really are out here grinding. They're not living off of the name. They really,
Now his son does. One of his sons, the older one, I think his son's probably might be in his 30s or late 20s. The one he does all the social media.
Oh, Deion Sanders Jr.
Is that it? Yeah.
I think he might be like my age, so I think he's probably
Like
in his late
31?
20s or somewhere in there.
Yeah, he does all the social media shit. I think that the oldest one is probably right around my age.
That's older one than that.
It might be.
Oh,
He
I
got
only
a
know
daughter.
Deion Sanders.
He got a
Jr.
daughter that's older. Yeah, Deion got hella kids, man. He was busting a lot of nuts back in the day. He's like, "Look, I'm Coach Prime. I'm gonna let you know right now. You want to come to Colorado State? I need to meet your mama first, just see how she is as a person. Like, I don't want to do nothing sexual or nothing." Deion got to. Hey, I hope he don't get involved in no scandals. Please, Deion, don't
It's
do
gonna
it.
be ugly.
He's like, "Look, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of thick white women out here, man. I tell you right now."
That nigga gonna be somewhere talking about, "Ooh, I gotta apologize to my wife. I gotta call my wife after this."
Look, Coach Prime ain't trying to get in no trouble, but this white girl got some yams on him out here.
Yeah, he is speaking code.
Can I get to the yam?
Can I get to the yams?
Sweet.
They got a nice surface area on that one.
Yeah, I'm surprised, man. They don't be putting no seasoning on their food. These white girls built different out in Colorado.
Because that's how he taught. Like, who was it when like Christian McCaffrey ran like a 4.3 or something like that?
It wasn't Christian. It was a DB. It was somebody else.
Oh, it was another guy.
And he was like, "I'm surprised he was going that fast." He's like, "I'm not gonna say why, but I think we all know why I'm saying that. I'm surprised he could move like that." Yo, it's some fast white boys, bro. Don't get it twisted. I think it'd be a lot of black dudes fronting on white dudes, and then they fuck around and find out. Because McCaffrey did it today. He stiff on the
McCaffrey's
motherfucker.
fast.
He stiff on the motherfucker and ran for like 60 yards. Yeah. But this is the one thing that's sad before we move on. There has not been a starting white corner in the NFL since Jason Sehorn. That's the last corner to start in the league, bro.
I believe that.
That's wild.
I wonder why that is.
Sehorn was elite too.
Yeah,
It's
you
some.
just don't really see
I
white.
don't-
There's not a lot of. Let's just be honest. There's not a lot of. Even McCaffrey.
A white running back is it look
rare.
weird.
Yeah.
It's
McCaffrey
very
juking people.
rare. Like all the positions that's like skill positions usually go to, except quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I disagree because the tight end position is dominated by big white dudes.
That's like a half a skill position.
That motherfuckers be Kelsey.
That's a lot of white boys to play tight end.
Yeah, tight end,
linebacker,
O-line. That's
O-line is
O-line is a skill position. Sure. I don't care what anyone says. O-line is a skill position.
If an O-line is a skill position, everybody is a skill position.
No, it's skill because, dude, as an offensive lineman, you literally can win every battle and you lose one, and it's the literal difference between winning and losing. Your hand placement is important because I played O-line before, and it was very difficult. You know, your feet, your splits.
It requires skill, but it's not
by definition. It's not a skill.
Yeah,
position.
It's not like
it's an important position.
It's the most skilled position on the field.
Ain't no O-lineman getting endorsements. Like the white players that play positions are usually quarterbacks, and if it's super popular for being a running back, a receiver, a corner, a safety.
They get all the commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's some receivers that don't get no real push, but they good. Like Adam Thielen is a real good receiver.
What's his name? That got off in the Super Bowl. Got Super Bowl MVP.
Cooper Kupp, not Cooper Rush.
What's Cooper Rush?
Cooper Rush is the quarterback from the fucking Cowboys.
No, it's Cooper Kupp. He got busy.
Cooper Kupp, but they be fronting on him because he white. I'm telling you, man. Cooper Kupp be getting off. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's really good after the catch too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I Steve Smith said, like, if I had to say who the best receiver in this draft, I'm gonna go with Cooper Kupp. And they was like, man, Steve Smith don't know shit about.
Yeah, they was talking crazy.
He's talking crazy about Steve, and he was like, told you so, because Steve and Cooper Kupp,
receiver.
Why would you argue with him?
I don't know. I don't get it.
Like, how you gonna tell me what I see?
Yeah,
like, come on, man.
I feel like, even me playing football, like when I see a mostly like the positions that I played, I can tell somebody like very young, like, oh, he gonna be solid. Like Tua, how you say his name?
Tua Vailoa?
No, the safety on our team.
What?
The safety on the 49ers.
Damn it, what's his name?
Whatever his name is.
Yeah,
number 29.
It'll come to me.
When I seen him his rookie year, I was like, he legit. And
yeah.
He turns out.
He sound like LeBron.
What happened?
They be saying LeBron be lying. Yeah. When I seen him in second grade, I knew he was gonna be special.
Yeah, LeBron just be saying shit, and then they making fun of LeBron too, because when he be singing along with lyrics, he just be saying anything.
Yeah.
They said it was like some song from Black, and he was like, "That sound crazy, yabba dabba dabba dabba, baby." And it was like, LeBron, stop acting like you know the fucking words to the song.
That's funny.
Yeah. His name is something Tonga. I can't remember his fucking name.
Yeah.
I don't know why I forgot. I be having when you get older, you start drawing a lot of blanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that would be cool. I think one day I want to get back into like football in some capacity. I think it would be cool to like. It's just too much of a commitment, but it would be cool to be like a little.
His name is Talanoa
Hufanga.
Talanoa Hufanga.
Yep.
Yeah,
that motherfucker
is really good.
He's a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Yep. Let's not drag this on. Deion, we wish you the best, man.
I'm excited to see what that looks like.
I know he's going to be successful. I don't think he's going to be successful. I know he is.
You could hear it in his voice. When he said, "I'm coming," I was like, "Nigga, I believe you."
I'm coming, y'all. I'm telling you right now, I'm coming. I'm about to bust.
I was trying not to be the one.
He's like, I'm about to have a full-fledged orgasm with this program. These young men gonna learn. I'm telling you right now, we're gonna show up to work every day. Every day. We're gonna come every day.
When I say E, y'all say ejaculation. E, ejaculation. E, ejaculation.
Oh, man.
Got right on 3.
Yeah, that shit. Yo, the social media for the actual campus is really exciting. Mm-hmm. I'm probably gonna end up following the social media. Mm-hmm. Just because he's influencing their social media. Yeah, you know how they have their own social media, like the college?
School. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like now it's like showing like Prime, which is like his own like likeness.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I don't
about to turn that into a HBCU.
Crazy.
Man, I think that
it's gonna be all type of niggas there.
Yeah.
Baby, I don't smoking weed at the games.
I don't think there's ever been this like type of excitement from like a football coach going to. There's some hate, obviously, just because niggas is mad, but like there's only a couple like really like superstar head coaches, like maybe like a Jim Harbaugh, that there was a little bit of noise around him going to Michigan, but like in recent years there hasn't been like a huge hiring like Deion, you know.
Yeah.
Especially at a program that's like not really that great.
Probably ever, because Deion is using social media the way he is. It would have been a big deal if he was just winning and got hired.
Yeah.
It'd have been like great coach. Or, because in the case of Harbaugh, he went from NFL down to college. So that was a big deal, obviously. But Deion is using social media to where people who don't even watch football, because I'm not going to hold you, I never watched a single Jackson State game.
People I feel like I have.
People who aren't even watching college football know Deion Sanders for this. So he's like in a different type of celebrity than most coaches.
Yeah. I just want to see what it look like, because he gonna bring that energy.
Goes
like,
Brian.
Dun, 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 dun. You be like, yeah, just
Like,
that
give me
energy
my
gonna
theme
bring to the
music.
locker room. Yeah.
That'd be crazy. What if the theme music changed though? It was like, give me my theme music. And I miss you. And I want you. And now I wonder. You're like, this nigga changed.
That nigga's different.
That's when I'll be like,
different.
Dr. Umar, you were right.
Dr. Umar, you're right.
Yeah.
This nigga's a sellout.
That's hilarious.
But I like the song too.
He said, like, nah, it'd be crazy. Like, give me my theme music. And then he just start playing Blink 182.
I just want to say, you got a great Deion Sanders impression. You sound like him.
Like, you out there, you tell one of the offensive linemen, like, look, man, you got to get in your stance. Like, you're a real heavy guy, you thick, like your mama. But
We keep making Deion just be a...
Now, Deion is a freak. That nigga
Yeah.
got Britney Griner on campus.
yeah, that was crazy.
Wow.
Deion literally was out and he said that he had a sex addiction.
He's addicted to
He said,
yeah.
He said, I didn't have no drug problem. I didn't really drink, but I just had an addiction to women. And it's like, I really hope he could control himself, because he gonna end up in some shit. Because it's literally video after video Deion saying like sexual shit to women on TV.
Yeah.
He was on NFL Network, and Carissa Thompson was on there, and she looks pretty good. And the camera went to her. She had her dress on, and Deion was like, "You wearing that dress?" Like, fuck, Deion.
Yeah.
So he definitely not, and it don't matter. He in Colorado. He likes women. Period.
Yeah.
So you could put him anywhere. You could be at a Puerto Rican college, and Deion would be like, "Look here, we gonna make sure we get."
Puerto Rican college.
It could be in Puerto Rico.
Ay, caramba.
Yeah, I ain't never heard Latino say that ever. Like, no Latino, no set of Latinos, I've never heard him say "ay caramba." I only heard Bart Simpson say that. Like, look here, man. It's too many thick Puerto Ricans here. I resign. This is hard for me to control myself. So I'm gonna have to. He gonna probably end up at another school with thick people.
Thick people.
Like, man,
Not even women.
you better not go
Too
to
many thick
Hawaii.
people here.
There'd be a bunch of thick Polynesian women out there. Like, I just can't get away from these thick brown women, man. I got to go to another college, man.
He's bouncing around the world, going to different colleges.
Sending to Alaska. There's some thick Eskimos out here.
In Australia, there's some thick indigenous women out here.
There's some thick kangaroos out here.
Nigga end up in Korea. I found my place.
Korea.
Ain't nothing thick out here. Nothing thick. Ain't nothing thick out here.
I mean,
The pillows at my room, my hotel room, thin as hell.
I mean, the video games is good, but that's about it.
That's
Nothing
wild.
thick.
That's crazy.
Oh no, this is wild. You might have to wrap it up with this next one. Where we at, man?
124.
Yeah, let's wrap it up with this next one. All right,
Prime time.
Yo, Korea wasn't nothing thick out there, but Japan, that's another story.
They got thick Japanese women.
You know what I'm saying? I went to Japan. She dropped a bomb on me. Hiroshima.
All right, let's switch gears. All right.
An atomic. No,
The gears is clicking.
atomic bomb. Sorry, Deion.
Deion sounded like he would say something wild if he went to like a Japanese college. He's like, shit, it's not so bad for, dropping a nuclear weapon on it. Y'all still got trees. That's nice, man. That's good. Coach Prime.
I'm coming.
He said, I'm about to bust.
Look, I'm coming. I'm letting y'all know in Japan. The last time we came out here, that wasn't good. This time it's good.
Nagasaki is
Nagasaki. Look, this ain't 1943, okay? We not on that this time. All right, switching gears. Britney Griner, recently basketball player, WNBA player. Britney Griner was released from prison in Russia. And here's the story. Britney Griner arrives in U.S. following her release by a Russian prisoner swap for arms dealer Victor Bout. Britney arrived in U.S. early Friday, landing at Kelly Field in San Antonio, Texas. The WNBA star, who was held for months in Russian prisons on drug charges, was released Thursday in a one-for-one prison swap for notorious international arms dealer Victor Bout, bringing an end to an ordeal that sparked intense high-level negotiations between the Washington and Moscow to secure her freedom. Roger Carsons, the special presidential envoy for hostage affairs, tweeted, "So happy to have Britney back on U.S. soil. Welcome home, BG. Per standard procedure."
That's her nickname?
Yeah, Britney Griner, BG.
Who calling her BG, though?
Everybody.
the baby gangsters.
All right. So I'm trying to read here. Per standard procedure, freed U.S. prisoners, Griner was expected to quickly undergo a medical evaluation. President Biden announced Griner's impending return.
Her testosterone levels.
Yeah, she still had a deep voice when she came back. She's like, "I'm so glad to be free." I'm like, nigga, fuck. They was giving her testosterone in there. They was treating her pretty good then. Here, we give you Russian testosterone.
She'd be big on.
They was just giving her beef stroganoff and steroids the whole time she was there.
Funny.
You
It's
take
Ivan Drago.
Take stroganoff. You can fight for Russia if you stay here. If you choose to play for Russian basketball, you can stay. Can you imagine that shit? If she was like a Russian prisoner, but she had to play for the Russian basketball team.
Dang.
She'd be out there big as a motherfucker.
First away game would be against Ukraine.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Dang.
She's like, I actually love it out here. It's pretty nice. All right. After months of being unjustly detained in Russia, that's not very objective. It was actually just. She broke the law. Held under intolerable circumstances, Britney will soon be back in the arms of her loved ones, and she should have been there all along, Mr. Biden said. This is a day we worked toward for a long time. We never stopped pushing for her release. CBS News was the first to report the swap, which took place in the United Arab Emirates, citing a U.S. official. 5 former U.S. officials told CBS News the agreement was reached last Thursday. The president said he spoke with Griner by phone from the Oval Office, where he was joined by Griner's wife, Sherelle, Vice President Kamala Harris, and Secretary of State Anthony Blinken. Yeah. Okay. Here's my deal, man. I think you guys said it in the chat. You said, like, if Joe Biden was a GM, this was a bad deal.
Yeah, worst trade in WNBA history.
Like, my thing is like, I don't think she should have been locked up for 10 years, but who am I to determine or to say what laws or what rights she should have in another country? They have their set of rules. We got our set of rules here, right? Mm-hmm. So I can't dictate what they do. I know she broke the law, and they said it was unjust, and it's like, it's just within their system. Right. Mm-hmm. But somebody made a point, and then Joe Rogan also said this too, way before she was released. But he's like, we're trying to get somebody out because they're well known and they can shoot a basketball good in the hoop. But what about the motherfuckers right in our own country that are locked up on nonviolent offenses? And some of those offenses are drug related, and some of it was marijuana related. There's some people that's still locked up for weed right here in the United States. But we are literally trading we're trading a dude they call him the merchant of death. We're trading him for Britney Griner. I mean, and here's the thing. There's a guy out there, Marine, that I think he had a 25-year sentence. Don't quote me on this. I'll have to find it. But they chose to let him ride out the rest of his sentence. I think that this current administration became a victim of the moment, and I think they did this because it kind of it was a liberal move. You know how conservatives, when a Republican is in office and they do some shit that's like a real Republican move, this was a very liberal move to get Britney and trade her for the fucking merchant of death. So I don't want to say it was wrong or right. It's almost like, I don't know. For me, it's like going to In-N-Out Burger. You know, everybody gassing it up, but you get there and the fries is bad. You know?
So I think that from what I heard, the guy, the merchant of death guy, he was going to get out in a couple years anyways. Mm-hmm. So it was almost like somebody, I think one of the guys on Joe Budden's podcast, it was like they just traded in an expiring contract. Like, you know, it was a veteran that was about to get out of, you know, his contract anyways. They just got him for a younger person. So thinking that way, it kind of makes sense because he was going to get out of prison anyways. But I don't like conflating other scenarios in Britney Griner's situation because they don't have anything to do with each other. Like getting the one guy that is spending like 25 years in prison out of prison has nothing to do with Britney Griner. That's not even like, maybe there needs to be work. There also needs to be work done to get him out of prison. I don't even know the circumstances of that situation. But in terms of like getting Britney Griner out, I think that it doesn't really make sense for her to be in prison for 10 years.
It doesn't.
For
not to us.
Having like some thing. And because we know how it played out, we know that it was actually like they were holding her to get some type of, you know, something in return for Britney Griner.
Not even for the actual crime.
Yeah, they're not holding her because they found
her
something in the plane. It was like, oh, she's a popular basketball
seems
player.
as though your country likes you.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of THC.
Yeah, lot of steroids for you. Lot of steroids.
Yeah. So I just think like I don't necessarily like bringing up like all these other scenarios in terms of like getting her out of prison because like I think it was the right thing to do. You know, I think there obviously are rules, but you know, us knowing how it played out, we know that they just used it as a tactic to get the arms dealer out of prison a little bit earlier. But I mean, I'm happy that she got out of prison because it just didn't sit right with me. Just somebody going down that long, you know, just because of that. Like I can understand being in trouble or, you know, her having to do something in terms of, I don't know, like some community service or something like that. But her having to sit down for 10 years, that's just wild.
I would have tried to get more out the trade, though. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, give us both. Because like I said, y'all giving us a bucket getter. We giving y'all a bullet giver. Like, what he can do for y'all from a military standpoint and, like, just... Like you say, the merchant of death. All we getting is a basketball player. Yeah. We need the Marine too back. However, I did hear about the Marine. This is from I have a cousin who's in the military currently. Who, they research these things. Apparently, that Marine was not the best guy in the world.
That's what
he had been like.
Yeah, Wayland. I think it's something Wayland.
Yeah, he had been kicked out of like I don't know if it was the Army, but he'd also been kicked out of the Marines. And then he also was kicked out of like some police force, but like he like did like a lot of like he wasn't like some honorable Marine that we lost in, you know. Yeah. So that could be why they didn't go get him. But we also know that the elections, 2 years go by fast. Well, really, it's about to be only a year. And some
I know
change.
what you're getting at.
So we know that these things is coming up, and the Britney Griner thing was such a high profile thing and such a popular thing, especially to the black community and things like that. That they know something as simple as making sure Britney Griner get back home can sway a vote in the direction of Joe Biden. You know, things like that. It's always a political motivation in my mind when some just don't really make sense. Because on paper, it's not necessarily an equal trade. If just me or Keith or Eddie was over there, they're not gonna trade no arms dealer for us. It's because and if Britney Griner wasn't a player who would make national news,
she would have just been sitting there.
She would have just been sitting there. If she was a bench player at the end of the bench on her same exact team, nobody knew her name, but nobody say nothing. ESPN wouldn't have talked about it. Well, it had to go to ESPN first because she's an athlete. Then CNN picks it up, and then now it's national news. So then they go make sure they go get her for the publicity of it, not even to go get her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely like it's a game. I mean, everything is, I think that's like well thought out. I think in terms of like the value of it, like, I don't know, I don't know. Maybe there's some money involved. Like, I don't know what would be, comparable in terms
draft
of like
picks.
What we get out of Russia. we get like,
right.
I don't know.
Here's some more information on Paul Whelan. Paul Whelan, 52, is a Marine turned corporate security executive who was convicted of espionage and is serving a 16-year sentence in a Russian prison. After a citizen of 4 countries, the United States, Canada, Britain, and Ireland, Whelan was a former security deputy and served several tours in Iraq as an active duty reservist. He was discharged from the Marines for bad conduct in 2008 after being convicted of charges related to larceny, according to military and court records. Whelan then spent over a decade working as a corporate security expert. At the time of his arrest, he was corporate security director at Borg Warner, a Michigan-based automotive parts supplier. He wasn't the best cookie in the jar. But neither was she. Right?
Yeah.
Now, and what we like to do is our morality goes where we see nothing is that big of a deal. Like, I mean, she had weed. What's the big deal? Well, it's not a big deal in America, but in other places they will lock you under the prison. There's a girl, I forgot her name, but they got her for like smuggling drugs or something, and they blamed her for it, and she's still in prison, I think, right now. Mm-hmm. And they were trying to get her out. I forgot where. It's not in Russia. I can't remember where it was. But it was a massive case. Mm-hmm. It's happened well over 10 years ago. So it's like, dude, they don't play about this shit, man. You got to know if you're going to go over there, you better be smoking what they got over there or just don't do it.
Yeah, and follow the punishments ain't the same. Mm-mm. You got to know, like, bro, if I can still at home and it's just going to be a conversation and maybe a little holding tank, they let me go, whatever. Over there, you can't get mad when you get caught stealing. They cut your whole damn arm off.
Yeah, man, they're not playing.
So you got to know where you at and know, like, man, I'm not at home. That's still anything. Just be like, bro, I'm not at home. Even if you go to another city and you in some type of hood or something, bro, I'm not at home. Let me behave by the rules of this area I'm in.
All right.
Before I get myself killed.
Exactly. Like, let me out of here, man. I'm Coach Prime, man. You can't be having me in no Russian prison, man.
No, they going to get Coach Prime that week.
Man, these Russians thick, man. You can't be having me on these thick Russians, man. I'm trying to coach my football team. I got a bunch of young men that need me in the United States, man.
Exactly.
You're like, Coach Prime, we have to have you here. You cannot leave. Like, look, man, I'm tired of eating these noodles every day, man. All you got is beef stroganoff, man.
Russia tried to get Coach Prime to run their military for World War II.
We seen what you could do at the black college. What can you do at the military?
A lot.
United States, I'm coming.
We give you as many rocket launcher as you need. We give you rocket launcher. Like, man, what am I gonna do with this rocket launcher, man? I just throw footballs, man. I don't throw rocket launchers, man.
Man, these rocket launchers thick. Everything thick.
Oh, man, what am I gonna do with this flamethrower, man? Come on, man. Give it to one of my boys.
You know what's funny? I seen this video of Deion Sanders and his son come in there and he like, yo, like, Pops, I need some money. I want to go shopping. And he like, where you trying to go? Like, what you trying to buy? And then he said some designer, like, it's a Balenciaga. Like, I want some Balenciaga shoes or something like that. And he was like, what? For that much? And he was like, no, you good. And then he threw him like some shirts. and it was like the Earn Your Leisure shirts. And they was still in the bag. Like, and the kids didn't even know. I don't even think they ever heard of Earn Your Leisure. And they was like, and the one kid kept it. He was like, no, this is a clean shirt. I'm going to keep this. And then
Oh my God.
his son was like, man, I ain't wearing that.
Oh, that's funny. That's the thing that sucks about if you're trying. Like, let's say, for example, we got some nice merch here, right? Let's say we ran into some really rich person, and we like, hey, man, we don't want to, we don't want anything. We just wanted to give you some podcast merchandise, man. And they pull out the hat. They be like, oh, thanks, man. Give it to my security.
Yeah,
They ain't never gonna wear that
No,
shit.
so, yeah, Deion Sanders ain't wearing that.
It's like,
I mean,
oh.
unless you done ran into Adam Sandler, he might put your stuff on. Adam
Yeah.
Sandler be wearing stuff
wearing
that they said
long
like
shorts,
random
too.
fans. They said like random fans would give him like a T-shirt, and he'd have it on in the interview on Jimmy Kimmel.
The thing about Adam, man, he's built a reputation of like popping up at parks,
Yeah,
and playing hoop, and like just playing hoop, and not like wanting to be found out. And the motherfucker drive an old ass truck.
Really?
yeah.
Oh man, Adam Sandler
so
drive.
much money.
Adam Sandler, man, I think Adam got at least probably be around at least 100 million.
yeah.
It might be more than that because you got to think he was producing, writing, acting in a lot of those movies. You know that Happy Gilmore. I don't know if that's the name. Is that the name of the production company?
Yes, he was in that movie.
No, not the
damn.
movie. I'm talking about the production company.
420 million.
I was looking it up too. 420 million is his net worth.
Yeah. I mean, he got a Netflix deal right now. Like, I think he's
That
doing
movie
pretty
he
good.
came out with, what was it called? The basketball movie? Damn it, I forgot what it's called. That's the best basketball movie I've ever seen.
Really?
Oh my God. You got to watch it. And
I've seen it.
I feel like a dick.
I don't know if that's the best basketball
That
movie
is,
I've seen.
to
I
me-
think it was a good movie though.
What you putting above it?
Wait, what's the movie called?
I forgot. I think
I'm
Coach
looking it up.
Carter might be a better.
Hell no.
Love and
Very much.
Basketball is the best basketball
No.
movie.
Love and
No.
Basketball is good.
Why does Mike smell like syrup?
I don't know.
Smell syrup on here. Somebody's had some syrup on their hands or something.
You're the only one that use that little.
The what?
You're the only one that use the little phone. They don't use a phone thing on there.
I don't know what's going on. I didn't put. It was already on when I got here.
This nigga didn't listen to anything I just said.
What?
I say you're the only one that uses that phone.
No, I okay. I know, but I don't know. Do they use different mics or?
They don't use the. They take the thing off.
Yeah, the pop filter off. But I'm just saying, this was still on. I didn't put it on when I got here. You say you're the only one to use it. I'm like, okay. Well, I just start smelling maple syrup. So have you been eating pancakes in here? Because the microwave is right over here to the right.
No, I haven't ate pancakes.
You sure, man? Shit, you sure it ain't like in your hair or something like that?
Yeah.
All right, Keith.
What's the name of the movie?
I'm looking it up right now. It's called Hustle.
Oh, Hustle.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
never seen
I
it.
love it. I love it. It to me, it's like it's a basketball movie that you would probably see in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know, Queen Latifah is his wife in the movie and shit.
I don't know. Love and Basketball is just tough.
Love and Basketball is a drama. I really want to consider it a basketball film. It's more of like a drama, like a love story. And then it's corny as a motherfucker. If you go back and watch it now.
I did like 2 weeks ago. That's like my favorite movie.
That's his favorite. You can't. You're not gonna be able to tell him nothing.
God.
Yeah.
This nigga was, you watching a rom-com basketball movie?
I thought Hustle was good.
Hey,
It
look.
just. I think that
I gotta watch
it was
Hustle
just
now.
good.
Okay, I've grew up watching like basketball movies. So back when I was coming up, Hoop Dreams was more of a documentary, but it was a huge basketball film. Blue Chips with Shaq, that was another hoop movie, and it was good, but to me, it's not better than Hustle. Then another basketball movie, White Man Can't Jump. That was a great movie.
That's
one
good.
of
That was a good movie.
That's one of the better.
White Man Can't Jump
White Man
is
Can't
good.
Jump. One of the better.
and that was
basketball
not.
movies.
It was like unorganized or it wasn't like NBA college. It was like
Yeah.
they were just playing on the street.
Yep.
That was a good movie.
The other hoop movie, one of the best hoop movies of all time. With Tupac. God damn it.
Above the Rim.
Above the Rim.
Above the Rim was
one of the
good.
best basketball movies
He
ever.
got game.
He Got Game is up
He
there.
Got Game was half of it was good.
Yeah.
because Ray Allen is a
His
terrible
acting
actor.
was terrible.
He's a terrible.
Ray Allen was
actor.
like, "Why are you even here right now? I don't like you, man." He's like, "Bro,
Hey, unpopular opinion, but Space Jam.
oh, Space Jam is definitely one of the best basketball
Jam
movies
is a good
ever."
one.
Space Jam.
Oh, fuck yeah. If we want to go to a top five to me, Space Jam's on there. Hustle is on there. White Man Can't Jump's on there. Fuck.
11 basketball not gonna crack your top 5.
Huh?
Said 11 basketball not gonna crack your top 5.
Fuck no.
Oh wait.
I'm
I'm gonna tell you when I slept on, but I'm gonna let you finish.
Go ahead.
The 6 man.
Oh, niggas,
Well,
why
my
they do
6
that,
man.
man?
6 man is good, bro.
Nah, man.
You tripping, dog.
You tripping, man.
Antoine, no.
Yeah, that wasn't that
This
great.
is a good one. No, I got
Like
it.
Mike.
This is my top.
Hell
Bro,
no.
like Mike in there,
Hell
bro.
no.
Coach Carter. Space Jam.
Wait, Coach Carter not in your top 5, Eddie?
No.
Coach Carter.
What?
Coach Carter is the one. Like, first of all, you got like really good. Everybody in there is an elite actor. Like, you got a young Channing Tatum in there.
Yeah.
You got
What's his name? The mixed kid with the curly hair. Not kid. He older. than
yeah,
Puerto Rican kid?
yeah, he in there.
He in every movie is the same Puerto Rican
me.
dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously Samuel L. Jackson in there. What's the young light skinned dude? That was his son.
I know what you're talking about.
And to top it off, it's based on a true story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
up in the Bay Area.
So, all right, I think I've kind of refined my list. I'll say Hustle's definitely on there. White Man Can't Jump on there. Above the Rim's on there.
Above the rim.
Hoop Dreams is on there. If it's no particular order, and then it's one more that I just had in my mind right now. You might actually have to put. Oh no, Hoosiers.
I knew you didn't say that.
Hoosiers is one of them. So that's my
What is
top
the
5.
what is the movie? It's now it's El Paso, but it was about the black kids that went to it's like it was like Texas Western or something like that.
What?
It was like the first black, like Pat Riley is in the movie. He went to Kentucky and stuff. Like I forget the name of the movie, but it's about the first, like they recruited a bunch of black kids to play at Texas Western at the time. Now it's University of El Paso, or now it's UTEP. It used to be like Texas Western or something like that. It's like a Disney movie, but
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's like the first black.
Mighty Ducks.
Damn.
But in the movie, they got like Pat Riley and a bunch of people like that when they played the national championship and won.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. I have to look it up.
When it comes to baseball, I got that sewed up. Like the best baseball movies ever.
What's that?
You got
Sandlot.
Yeah, definitely. That's on the list. If we're gonna go 5, we only could go 5. Sandlot is one. Field of Dreams is another one. And this one's gonna piss people off, but it's definitely one of my favorite baseball movies ever.
Glory Road. Sorry, that's the name of it.
That's the name of the movie?
Oh, I've heard of that. I haven't watched it, but I heard that was good.
Glory Hole?
Glory Road.
Glory Hole.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
Finish this baseball list.
I'm coming.
Because if Eddie leave one of these out, I'm leaving.
Okay. Top 5 baseball movies ever. Sandlot's definitely on there. Field of Dreams is definitely on there. One that's nobody really talks about, or they should, is A League of Our Own. That's a great fucking movie.
Is that with the girls?
There's no crying in baseball. Fucking
Roseanne
Tom Hanks
and all that?
Yeah, that was a great fucking movie. Then you've got, believe it or not, Major League. You remember that?
Was that Steven? What's the black dude's name? Wesley Snipes.
No.
What's that movie he in?
Which one are you talking about?
He's in a movie. Wesley Snipes in a movie with the white dude. It's from 2.5 Men or something like that. He
talking
got
about
herpes.
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie
He
Sheen.
has AIDS.
AIDS. Yeah.
You gave him a lesser STD.
Well, I'm not.
This nigga
You
got
gave
to
him
help him
something
out.
curable, nigga. Ain't no medicine for what he got.
Don't ever diminish that man STD.
Yeah, he got that. He's full blown AIDS, brother.
But he was in. You know what I'm
He
talking
was in
about?
Major League.
Major League. Okay.
That's what Charlie Sheen was in that movie. And that's 4. And then there's another one. Oh my God, I already said Sandlot. Then said that. And then said okay. I'm not. Some people would have it on their 5, but I'm not gonna have Angels in the Outfield. I'm not gonna have that.
Angels in the Outfield.
We ain't doing that.
That movie low key trash.
Yeah, it is low key trash. He flying with a baseball. It's like, man, only in the 90s could you get away with that fucking movie.
Yeah. What's yours? What's
Bro,
yours?
Hardball is top 5.
Hardball. I forgot
Oh
about
fuck!
Hardball.
Was that with who?
Hardball number 1.
Who was in that one?
Michael B. Jordan as a kid.
Michael B. Jordan was in there.
What is Keanu Reeves the coach?
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves was the coach.
That's a good.
The
Wait,
Cucumbers.
stop. My last movie that I gotta add on there. The last movie that I add on mine is Bad News Bears.
Oh, Bad News Bears.
The original.
The
original.
I don't know if I've ever watched it.
Hardball got to be in there though.
I watched the original Bad News Bears.
Hardball's
Both of them are good.
Yeah, Hardball is like baseball Coach Carter.
For sure. Yeah.
Low key.
Some kids from the hood. Yeah, that was a good one.
Okay.
Bad News Bears is good. I like that. I like that style of comedy because the kids is in there cussing and like, you know.
Yeah, but even
crazy.
1976, that was a good fucking movie, man. Mm-hmm. Really good movie. And the new one is Billy Bob Thornton, right? And then the old one is
Hardball had a good song too. With Sammy
Love it when
and
you call
Lil,
me Big Sammy strike
and Bow
one.
Wow.
This one.
Lil Wayne was in there.
Strike two.
All the Lils.
It was Lil Zane, Lil Bow Wow. Everybody, but I think Lil Romeo.
Yeah, Lil Romeo wasn't in there.
oh no, I fucking blew it. I got to take one of these movies off.
What's that?
One of these baseball movies I got to take off because I got to put 42 on there.
Oh, Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to take one of them off. I think I had Major League. That's got to come off.
Okay.
Maybe at the end of.
What about football? Let's go to the football movies.
Football, that's going to be
Remember
too
the Titans? Number one?
Now, football, you got some legit.
Yeah, you got some other ones that we ain't talking about. But see, my thing is because I'm a little older than you guys, I'm going to know some movies and you're going to be like, what the fuck is that?
Shit, shout them out.
Okay.
I'm counting Best Man Holiday as a football movie.
Man.
Come on, dude.
In this Christmas movie.
This nigga be on his period when he picked the movies, man.
That nigga be eating ice cream and watching.
Now, Remember the Titans got to. To me, Remember the Titans got to be close to the top.
Yes, it definitely is.
That was a great movie.
Okay. So football movies. Any Given Sunday is on there.
Definitely.
Remember the Titans definitely on there.
Radio.
Friday Night Lights is definitely on there.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if that was a show or a movie, but I thought
Both.
I thought that too. Yeah, that
Both.
popped in my head too, though. Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights. So that's 3 right there. And then holy smokes. Okay.
What's that movie with The Rock where he was like the coach?
Oh,
I'm not saying
Are you
it's up
putting
there.
Longest Yard in there? We just talking about Adam Sandler.
I was about to put that in there. Longest Yard, the original or the newer one. There's 2 of them.
I've only seen the newer one.
The
They're comedy.
The original one was with
Robert.
No.
What's the dude name? I'm thinking Robert Redford.
Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds, yeah.
Burt Reynolds is in the original. So I'll put either or, but I'll probably go with the old one. It was a really good film. Yeah, and Burt was actually a really good athlete. So that's 4. And then the other football movie, fuck, that's tough.
Football. What is some good football movies?
I've pretty much said them. Oh, my 5th one, you guys probably won't know it, but it's Wildcats with Goldie Hawn.
Nah, I never heard of that.
Yeah,
I never heard of that.
That movie literally had Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson. It's the first movie that they did together. I think they did 2 or 3 movies
Wesley
together.
Snipes been in every athletic movie.
He done fought and all kind of. I would say I think Friday Night Lights might be my number one. It was just like when I think about like movies like that, like the football got to be believable, and then the emotion of the movie it gotta really take you there. Seeing those kids in Texas, especially like growing up, I'm like, dang, Texas football is crazy. Like, and then they lost at the end. It didn't like end on a good.
I really like Friday Night Lights because James Vanderbeek really sold being a quarterback in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when what's his name, Booby, he got hurt and he couldn't play in the game.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I think coach told him to sit out and he was just so emotional. Like, and that's the dude that played P. Diddy.
We're taking 2
What's
different.
the dude's name?
Hold on, dude. They're both the same name. Friday Night Lights.
And Any Given Sunday, right?
No. Friday Night Lights is 2 separate things. One of them has James Vanderbeek, and the other one is a completely different movie.
It's 2 Friday Night Lights?
Yeah, I believe so.
The one
Wait.
The one I'm talking about has Billy Bob Thornton as a head coach.
Which one are you talking about?
You might be
Billy
talking
Bob
about
Thornton. You talking about baseball, man.
No, he's a coach.
Billy Bob Thornton was on Bad News Bears as the coach. That was a baseball movie.
Look up the. If I'm tripping,
Any Given Sunday is.
I'm tripping.
Yeah, Al Pacino is it
right here.
What are you talking about?
Hold on. Yeah, he's a coach. He's literally right here.
And that's on Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
Okay, Friday Night Lights. But Friday Night Lights, what's the movie with James Vanderbeek? It has to be Friday Night Lights.
You might be talking about the show or something. I don't know.
No, the movie. It's a movie. Hold on. Just put in James Vanderbeek.
The coach, the quarterback in there is Lucas Black.
I'm tripping. I'm getting it all wrong. Varsity Blues.
Oh, yeah.
Varsity Blues came out in 99. I'm tripping.
Derek Luke is the guy that.
So I'm tripping. I got it fucked up. So it's Varsity Blues, Any Given Sunday, Friday Night Lights.
Remember the Titans.
Do you
remember
Titans?
Friday Night Lights?
Huh?
You remember the movie?
Yes, I remember seeing it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then maybe The Longest Yard is the fifth one.
Yeah.
Damn, there's some really good football movies out there.
Yeah.
Basketball one. Baseball, that's a tough one too, but Sandlot's definitely on there.
Sandlot for sure.
That fucking dog.
Sandlot 42.
Big Bambino.
And,
There's certain movies I could watch over and over again, and I could literally just sit there and watch them, and that's one of them.
Sandlot for sure. Yeah.
Sandlot's one I could it's the rewatch value is crazy.
Yeah.
On that, The Lion King's another one I could watch a lot. Another one, the one that I pass the most, the single movie that I've watched the most in my entire life, Forrest Gump. I've watched Forrest Gump more than
one of the best movies ever.
It is.
I get new stuff in that movie.
That's top 10.
Really?
Forrest Gump top 10, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Forrest Gump.
It's like he take you on a whole adventure.
Yeah, we went like going through a whole rabbit hole right now.
Yeah,
I know. Maybe we should add like a top 5 segment at the end of every top five, whatever would be one thing. Top 5.
That'd be dope.
I can't even tell you the single best movie that exists or that I've ever seen because
you don't got a favorite. I wouldn't say the best because the best is like it could be something that's like, oh, this is an amazing movie, but I actually watch Lion King more. Or something like that.
The best is different than your favorite because I don't think the Love and Basketball is my favorite movie. I don't think it's the best movie.
It's your favorite movie?
Yeah, but it's also a lot to do with like it's hard to let go of your favorite movie when it's been your favorite movie for a long time.
Yeah,
wow.
But there some movies jump into your like. I brought up Best Man Holiday earlier. When I first seen it, I seen it in theaters. Mm-hmm. And I felt like it was a great movie, but I was looking at stuff like, from a writing standpoint, they had complete control of the audience. They made us laugh when they wanted us to, and then the very next minute, the audience was crying. Because I remember sitting there in the theaters, and I was like, these are crying. And then the very next moment, Terrence Howard got you laughing. And that's a great cast of black actors and actresses.
Man.
Come on, man.
And I don't really see Terrence Howard in comedic roles that often. And he was the comedic relief. Mm-hmm. So I felt like that was, especially for a sequel, I feel like it's a great movie. Mm-hmm. But it's not the best movie ever. But that is one that I think is a great movie.
Oh, man.
That Jazzman Blues I told you about on Netflix, the Tyler Perry movie, is a good movie to me, too.
Is Boys in the Hood a football movie?
Hold up. You just said it. One of my favorite movies of all time, Boys in the Hood, for sure.
Yeah.
Boys in the Hood is it's definitely cracked my top 5. Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society. They right there on that 5.
Which one's better?
You know why Friday?
Fuck. I don't know.
You know why Friday has to be one of the best movies ever, at least in the black community? There's not a single movie with more quotables. Every single scene has quotables.
Yes.
From
Yeah.
I watched Friday as an adult. I was like, bruh, we copy every single scene of this movie, at least a line.
Yeah. What's funny is the age gaps. Like everyone has seen that movie. Anybody from the age from fucking man. I'm gonna go out and say anybody from around the age of 18 to probably up to 50 or older has seen that movie.
And they talk about like how much money Ice Cube did it with, like how little money he did it with.
Yeah,
I feel like the movie wouldn't have been. I feel like the movie wouldn't have been as good as it was with the big budget. Mm-hmm. I feel like part of it was because how he had to do it was.
Your constraints is.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
But it's just that in that era, they are, like you said, the reason why it came out the way it did is because I only got $5 million. And Ice Cube he's just a writer. It's not like he did like the directing and stuff. But it's like, okay, I'm gonna get F. Gary Gray, who was like directed Straight Outta Compton and all these things in the future. But back then he's like I don't know what he was doing then. Then you got DJ Pooh, who's also like
a writer,
great,
wrote The Wash
writer,
and things like that.
And then you got I'm gonna go to the comedy club. I'm gonna go to the comedy store. I'm gonna go to all these different spaces and see like who's really making people laugh in here. I'm gonna put them in the dudes. I'm gonna put these dudes in a movie, and it was just like lightning in a bottle.
And Ice Cube, Cedric the Entertainer said Barbershop put him in a different stratosphere because before that, Ced hadn't got a huge movie role to where he stood out. So when I heard that, I was like, dang, we always think about
that's later.
We always think about how Cube put on you know, Chris Tucker, Mike Epps, Cat Williams, and you forget about like, dang, he kind of from a movie standpoint put on Cedric the Entertainer too.
I didn't know that. Yeah,
you know, all these different people. So Ice Cube for that is just like the ability to scout talent.
That's crazy.
It's just crazy because without him going to get Chris Tucker, we don't even get. So Friday is already one of the greatest like series ever, as far as like 1, 2, and 3. Good, pick your favorite, whatever. But then you get Chris Tucker from that series, and then he goes on to be able to do Rush Hour.
Rush Hour still got him rich to this day.
Yeah, and that's also one of the greatest series ever. But we don't get Rush Hour without, or we don't get Chris Tucker for Rush Hour without Cube going to a comedy club and getting him for Friday.
I think, and I'll leave it at this. But I think another movie that cracks my top 5 is Terminator 2, because that type of CGI had not been seen since that movie. And they did when I go back and watch it, they did a really good fucking job.
Terminator's ahead of its
time. It still
time.
holds up. Because there's some movies I watch with the CGI, I'm like, oh, fuck no. Like
it's James Cameron. I don't know if he did number 2, but James Cameron is like, he did the Avatar.
Oh,
so the way his brain works around CGI is like different.
Arnold did a movie. Have you guys seen The Sixth Day?
No.
Oh, okay. It's about like the clones and stuff. So I was wondering did James Cameron did that movie because it seems like Arnold's movies was always like that, like kind of ahead of their time a little bit.
Yeah. What was the movie? Total Recall.
Yeah.
Have you seen Total Recall?
I may have. Yeah. Is that a military movie?
No.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that came out in like 92 probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, Total Recall is a good movie, man. But yeah, Terminator 2 did a really good job with that CGI, especially like when he had the shotgun and he shot that dude and he split open and you see all that liquid shit coming out and then he healed back. I was like, yo, this is different. And then even now when I watch it, like it just looks really good.
It's funny you mentioned Terminator because I was thinking earlier, like they getting these robot cops in San Francisco. I was like, they got to be bringing Arnold back as governor. That's the only way he's gonna save
He
us.
was even being governor. He was ahead of his time.
He'd be like,
pull over your car.
Meow.
Pull over your car right now.
Yeah.
look, man, I'm Coach Prime. I'm just trying to talk to these kids, man. You got
Goddamn, the governor thick.
Deion, get out of the car right now.
Head to the chopper.
good.
No, you got to add that top 5 because we could go on and on with top 5. You got to add that.
Yeah, so many top 5s. I think my favorite movie is either The Lion King or I Am Legend.
I Am Legend?
I Am Legend, yeah.
They did a fucked up job with the CGI in that movie.
I mean, that's it was
that's
early
his own
2000s.
category.
But like
It wasn't early 2000s. That was late, not 2000s.
2000 what? 9?
Yeah, that's late. That's good enough to fix that fucked up CGI.
Yeah. That's fine. But the script,
That's the way
like,
Keith deflects.
He just insulting our favorite movie.
Yeah, I mean the CGI is what it is, but like that's whatever. But like just being able for Will Smith, literally just being in the movie by himself, like he the only one that's actually talking in the movie. I think that's like crazy.
You mentioned Lion King. Lion King might be the greatest Disney movie ever, but when it comes to them going live action, Aladdin had Lion King beat.
There's some great, when it comes to like, there's certain movies that people don't talk about, whether it's in their top 5, 10, whatever, is like that original Predator movie with not Predator, the original Aliens movie with Sigourney Weaver. That was a good fucking movie. The way that the alien came out and then another fucking alien came out of that mouth. That shit, nobody had seen that.
Yeah.
That was different.
Are you a
man.
Star Wars fan?
No.
Nah, I don't get it. Like, and maybe
neither.
I'll get it one day, but I just
I've
don't
never
get
been
it.
a Star Wars fan.
Yeah,
Nah.
I've seen a couple of the later ones in theater and stuff, but I just never really I never understood the hype.
Shit, I'm probably more of a Star Trek fan than Star Wars.
I have seen one of the Star Treks came out in theaters when I was.
I will say, you know what? For sure, I'm more. We got to wrap it up. We just blabbing. I would say, I'm more of a Star Trek guy because in the '90s they had the best like series TV show. Because Star Wars only had a movie series.
Yeah.
Star Trek had a actual TV series with Captain Picard and Data, and they had this thing they called it a Klingon, and it had the wrinkled forehead. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, black dude.
The early '90s, man, Star Trek will have some good shit on there. That was a really good show. And then they had that black dude, the black dude that had the fucking visor. He used to be on Reading Rainbow.
Oh yeah,
and
that
shit.
guy. I forget dude's name.
I forgot his name, but
He was Toby.
yeah, he was Toby too. He played a slave. He played a slave and a fucking Star Trek employee.
Yeah, my man had range.
Yeah, I know.
I remember Star Trek being only a show. When did the movie came out? Like mid 2000s, also, right?
Something
Yeah,
like
okay.
that. I'm not. Yeah,
I
something like
seen
that.
the movie in theater. I was like, I didn't even watch the show. I
The
don't know why I
same
would
guy
see
that
it.
was a captain in the '90s played Professor X.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember. That,
Yeah, man. All right.
Star-
Well, it looks like we reached the end point of this podcast, man. Some people are gonna be like, man, I wish y'all would have talked about more top fives, man. I'm curious what you guys would have known. But you know, we reached the time where we're gonna have to hang it up.
It's an endless amount of top fives.
I know, man, for sure.
On the next episode, we'll talk about the top 5 running backs in college football history.
Oh fuck, that's who,
I
man.
was
That's,
gonna say Reggie Bush, O.J. Simpson, but whatever.
yeah, Reggie's in a league of his own there.
The Kardashians have dealt with. Never mind.
I'll take all the Kardashians down right now, starting with the mama.
Kardashians dealt with 2 out of the top 5.
Which mama?
Chris Jenner is. Oh fuck,
Chris Gender.
Chris Jenner.
Wait. Okay.
Shit, I don't know about y'all, but Caitlyn been looking kind of thick lately.
Everything thick to Deion.
Caitlyn got a fat ass. Shit. She can come play for Colorado right now. She can enter that portal right now. All right, folks. If you made it to the end of this episode, we appreciate you. Thank you for listening to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
Boy K Things.
I'm DJ.
And we're out of here, man.
Peace.